Welcome back to Resistance to the Threshold. Last session, the group descended to the depths of the Grand Library, not really knowing too much about it, but have learned a bit along the way. At the very bottom of the library, they have learned that there is no bottom. It's bottomless. It's just an endless pit of lore. As they step into this space, a violet room with red and pink kind of patternings, in the center there is a very large pit. The pit's walls appear to be lined with books, and the pit appears to continue ceaselessly down. There is a man standing in the room with you. He wears a black cloak tied neatly around the neck, keeping a lot of the simple clothing he's wearing underneath concealed. He appears to have bronze bracers on his wrists, a very simple mustache, bit of a scruffy beard, longish hair, and just a kind of casually serious look as he watches you enter into the space, not really addressing you, not really concerning himself with you. Um, and yeah, this is it. This is the base of the library. If anything of note or substance is to be found, this would be the place that it would be.
Ooh. Omnoir? Omnir? Is that how you say his name?
On Moy near.
Omnoir. Sounds very French.
Thank you.
It's the highest compliment.
You mean
Is
Russian?
it though?
For John, it is. You got to know your
But
audience.
do you mean Russian? Are you sure you mean French? I mean, sometimes you get them mixed up.
Yeah, that's true. I do get them mixed up, but I would definitely mean French.
Of course.
Of course. Interesting.
That's Stephen King.
Oh, that's how John views himself.
That's Stephen King.
Didn't he write himself
Self-insert.
into one of his books?
Yeah, Dark Tower.
He in the Dark Tower they have to save
Okay.
him from dying so that he could write the ending of the story.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna cautiously approach the edge of the pit and just look down it, see how far I can see.
Eternity. Like, it seems to be pretty well lit, even though the circle of darkness there at the bottom kind of just continues on.
From what I can see, do all the books look different, or does it look like kind of the same book?
They all look different. And as you're looking at them, you would note that they seem to kind of shift in appearance. What would be the first book that your character would think about, like, as like a book that you've read or a book that's important to you?
Probably some fantasy, some adventure book he read when he was like a teenager.
It's right there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like one of the very first things that catches your eye. Sitting there, not too far in your line of sight, possibly within reach, just along the way there.
You said they're constantly shifting though?
Seems like they shifted when you looked at them.
So it's an endless sentient library. Well, maybe not sentient.
The man does seem to be regarding you by looking at you, but he hasn't said anything to you.
Me specifically or the group?
You, the person who's walked up to the hole.
Well, if he's looking at me, I'm like, so what exactly is this pit?
This is whatever you want it to be. an end point, a beginning, a middle ground, a means to an end, an exit, an escape.
Is there anything at the bottom?
A term I understand and enjoy, but I don't like to think of this as a downward thing. I like to think of it more as a spiral.
A spiral going down, right?
Or is it coming up?
Is it a fountain or a well?
Dahabe ponders aloud. A spiral unending?
Mayhaps. This is but an echo of what you know to be reality. Sometimes things get lost in translation from there to here. That's the point. This repository here is to ensure that which is lost is forever recorded. What do you seek, traveler?
We're just looking for a way to save our town.
But you are afraid that perhaps there is no solution to your problem.
There's got to be something, right?
Does there?
There's always a solution. It's just whether or not it's one that we want.
I understand that you are trying to grasp the nature of the narrative that you're stuck within. And others before you, bound to the same region, have been trying to do likewise for decades. Some things are just fated, meant to happen. And even if you can see clearly every aspect of the path ahead, the wall at the end of it is unavoidable.
How do we know it's fated?
A great question. You don't.
I don't like that answer.
Those who came before you did feel that it was.
Who came before us?
I believe it all started, your story, with a wizard.
It's always a wizard, isn't it?
It's usually the case. This isn't the first time that I have seen you looking towards Casey. But I'm sure you don't remember being here before.
I seem to be remembering much less than I was aware.
Your associate tried many things, but ended up being bound in a space he couldn't escape, probably lost his mind in. He thought he could change it. And I dare say, it may be the case, Okrin, that you are able to change it. It isn't fated. I would hope that you were right.
Yeah.
You seek to protect that which you don't understand. Your motivations for protecting that which you've been set to protect are waning as understanding begins to fleet, alter, or shift. Do I have the right of it? Why
Right,
would
ending?
why would you protect a space that would treat with the one responsible for your town's destruction?
I mean,
Why would you defend someone who will not hear your side of what is happening and does not tell you anything as to why it is important this battle must be fought?
Fear.
I mean that's makes a lot of sense, but kind of like look around, like look at them. And
Casey's head is eyes to the floor. They are not engaging. They're in their own headspace.
Okran, it's fear.
I mean, I don't want anybody else to die.
You are not
If
wrong
I-
for your altruism. It is a noble and just means of living.
If it could have been prevented at Alwyn, you know, I unfortunately I couldn't make the call. It wasn't my call.
And now you have some power over it.
Somewhat.
The main issue is that those who have been set to protect the town aren't sure whether they should or not. Everyone who's innocent has already been allowed to leave. An escape from the town would not be too fraught with problems now that one of the armies has migrated.
True. These people definitely put a lot of trust in me after just meeting me.
And you wish to earn that trust by maintaining your noble sense.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a something that we've been passed down with family. You know, kind of protect those around you.
Of course.
If they're willing to take me in, I can at least try. I mean, I don't got much to back home.
Make something of your life here. Well, there. Not here.
Not here, but there. Yeah.
Evangeline would just kind of put her hand on his shoulder. Because, like, she can kind of relate as far as, like, wanting to protect people and having lost a fair bit in her short life. So, and just being confused as shit half the time.
And I mean, look at that guy. That that's crazy. Look at him. not the man here, but like thinking of the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Sucked his armor through the jail cell. It was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm up to that.
But as you've seen throughout your history, those who you consider foe have proven not to truly be so settled in that position. And those who you consider ally may not be thus either.
You did kind of seem like you felt bad. Which is
Yeah.
odd, which is not normal of someone who helps raise a city. Then he'll kind of like pull out the short sword and kind of look at it.
Someone who
Odd.
murdered friends in front of your very eyes. Someone who changed the mind of a friend of yours, and now you work with them, unquestioningly.
And
Oh.
There just has to be more to it.
Does there?
I don't. I wouldn't have any other explanation for it.
There's always more to understand, I feel like. But
Stories that you walk through can be nothing more than a sentence or volumes unending. It's really just dependent on how much detail you specifically pay attention to. You may understand your set goal is to protect what you think is worth protecting. But do you truly understand your ally? Do you truly understand your foe?
no.
In the case of the witches, no. Or that man, no. I mean,
Have
That-
you,
that's-
I understand why these people want to keep their town together.
have you been just? If Okran was in a different position, would he feel mayhaps it was you or your relatives that were the tyrants? Have your choices been amenable to the ideal that you put forward of a knowledgeable master of lore? Yet
I certainly wouldn't.
so quick and decisive that you would spurn away a messenger?
That's
Do you feel that destroying ancient dead set to protect is truly a noble and just thing? Are you the villains? Are you the heroes?
He'll kind of look around. He'd be like, "Are we protecting ancient undead up there?"
I do not know.
I think he means the dead we destroyed in order to get here.
Oh,
I
um,
think it depends on who tells the story.
Ah, so you mean to say that history is told by the victor, so
I
it
mean,
doesn't
usually.
truly matter what moral quandaries we fall
Mm.
upon in the path, so long
That's-
as we win, right?
No, absolutely not. But I do feel that the way that certain choices are viewed is very skewed by who is still around to tell the story.
But it's
And-
your story we're talking about.
Can we be neither? Can we be neither
You are neither.
nor villain?
Mhm.
You are neither. And you're both.
What? What?
You are neither, and yet you are both.
I think this is a pivotal time and where we determine whose side we are on and what we will be remembered for. I
Ah.
guess if we did nothing, we would be neither a hero nor a villain.
I think whether we do something or not, even if we act, we will still be remembered as villains by some.
Especially
Yes.
by the Devastovans.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
only way to ensure that you would not be seen as villains is by destroying everyone who would see you as such. And you watch him kind of grasp his hand, and as he does so, you see books inside of the spiral start igniting into flame, bursting out of their spot and turning into ash that falls down towards the center of this
No
spiral.
book burning!
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
what, were,
That is bad.
what were those books?
This is all history.
So focused on the
us.
material. This is the Feywild. This is not even an aspect of the Feywild that is fully within. This is a demi-plane set within inside. A bubble set far off in the distance of what you would consider real. I could torch the entirety. He watches the entire column just fills with flame. And it not matter. And everything just is books.
What do you do here? Why? Who
I am-
are you?
I am a record keeper. I am a member of the Council of Seasons that adheres to the rights and rules of the Archfey. I hold a number of places in my constabularyship. This place, a prison, and also the
Brothel?
place where the court or the council meets.
Why did the council leave in such a hurry?
They were pressed due to matters on the other side of the world. Your story is but one of many. And when the person who came to meet with them last wished to suss out what the words in the book truly meant, they weren't happy with the answers that were given.
The council weren't happy.
Oh no. The council
The individual.
is indifferent. The individual, yes.
Is it the abbess?
Yes. Of Ir Morag.
I have a question for you, sir. Can you tell us what will happen based on what we choose to do? Like, basically, can you see what is going to happen? Like, if we decide to side with Dennis Satvans, or if we decide to side with Ir Morag, or if we do nothing, do you know, like, can you say this is what will happen in like a summary or like a short 2-hour film?
You've already read the documents upstairs, have you not?
Yes, but I don't know exactly. We didn't really have a powwow between all of us, so
The
it
details
wasn't
don't-
me.
The
I
details
don't know
don't
the
matter. In the end, Gateneath falls to the Dennis Advents.
Yes, I still think there has to be a way to save it, but maybe I don't know. That is what I want to have. That's what I want to know in my heart. I want my home to be saved.
So, if the abbess was unhappy with whatever she discovered, that means that it's not an outcome that she would prefer.
Correct.
Yes.
Whether we side with her or not, she doesn't get what she wants.
Gateneath falls.
Gateneath falls, she loses her book.
Right. Which is quite overdue, by the way.
That's what we've heard.
Very rude. So, then there's just too many. Like, we could fight and it wouldn't make a difference. We could not fight, same thing would still happen. But what would happen if we return the book?
I don't know.
don't think that man would like it.
Which
The
man?
vampire.
Is that a narrative that hasn't been
I forgot his name.
considered?
I have not looked over all of the pages, and even if I had, I wouldn't be terribly keen on trying to describe a future that is possible. Cardiff would be absolutely livid. It's definitely a thought I'm sure hasn't come across the one who requested the council determine a solution, since she did not bring the book back with her when
Right.
she inquired.
Sounds like she has no intention of bringing Pook back.
If you held the ability to determine fates and gain the power of a god, would you be so keen to return it?
Yes.
Probably not.
I don't think
One town is more
should
than
have that
enough.
power.
Yes.
Yeah, that's enough responsibility for me, thanks.
No,
Yeah.
thanks.
Babes, we can barely raise ourselves.
Right? I don't want that responsibility.
We can
No,
barely
absolutely.
feed and clothe ourselves right now.
I would pop off to somebody much bigger and end up fucked.
Right. Oh no.
I did not need that false boost in confidence, thank you.
No, thank you. So what?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Is the council between the council? Is the parley between the council and the abbess recorded in a book?
No. But also yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
Could we have that book, please?
Is it a
No.
pamphlet?
But also, yes.
But
Also,
looking
we
directly at
can?
Okran, no.
Is it a cassette?
Is it an
Uh,
8-track?
I'm sorry, I'm just being a dick.
Does Okran not have a library card? Who has?
I
don't
do.
think-
I do have
Oh.
a library card.
Apologies. None of the books here can be taken with you.
Well, can I just read it?
No.
Why? He waves his card up. He's
No.
just like, why?
The,
Let me
doc-
in.
the documents recorded here are things that you have seen. The documents that are allowed you here are things that you know and have experienced.
Oh,
So if there's that one
So-
episode that we can't remember, we can just make you read
Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically the end of a season. No, it's just a clip show.
Oh no, not a clip show.
So this room's
No.
basically just the memories of
last season.
whoever is in
Yeah.
here.
I would say that is a good way of putting it. Not so much just memories, though. It could house things that you weren't anticipating, that you don't seem to remember, but that did affect you.
Hmm.
But I, as someone who can interpret that is within, I can tell you that the council's words are not something that I can grant out without proper authority
Hmm.
from them. It is not my position to grant you information which is secret and intent.
Call him up.
You said this room contains not just memories, but you called it experiences?
That's
Things
right.
that have affected us. Is there information on my associate?
As a matter of fact. He holds his hand over the pit, and a book from like deep into the bowels of it kind of flies up into his hand. He opens the book to a very kind of just, random seeming page. The conglomerate sent forth a mage to a small, choked off town during its age of expansion. In the year 995, a town called Gate Neath Morag was established. The wizard in question sought to resurrect Isilingdar, the Walking Mountain.
Why though?
I know not. Unfortunately, in some narratives, intent is hard to decipher. Why would you think that would be the case? Casey.
Possibly pride.
Possibly the same reason that the abbess wishes to. Power. Isilingdar is one of the 9 bastards, children of the warring triumvirate. Divine.
Am I missing something, guys? Who is Isilindar?
It's the other name for Urmarag,
Oh,
the mountain.
interesting. That could be a trivia question later.
Yep, we'll notate it. But the Abominations are a group of 9 individuals who were birthed very much in the primeval states of this spiral. We've touched upon 2 in recent history. There was Agayon, the 100-handed one, and there was Zakar, the Great Fane, which was handled with the Patrons of Magic. And then, of course, the Agayon was handled by the Grey Order, but unleashed by some dorks in the fucking Friday game.
I was one of those dorks, yes.
No, it was a Friday game.
Or was it a different game?
Yeah,
Well,
it
I
was-
wasn't a Friday game a
no,
long time ago.
No, not the old Friday game, the more recent Friday game
More
that
recent one.
Shijo murdered. Yeah.
Oh, well, ours was Ashmedea, wasn't it?
Yeah,
what
that's just
got
that's just a
released.
demon prince. That's fine.
No
The
biggie.
best
Yeah.
boy got murdered. The best boy.
He's not dead. He's undead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might as well
He-
be.
Okay, that's the opposite of getting murdered. He chose that.
He did, I guess.
Got
All right.
Not I
unmurdered.
guess he did.
I guess.
He had to.
Wait, this
See-
is. I love how the story's changing here. By
Sorry,
how long?
sorry.
How long he explains it? It's
It's
funny.
evolving.
Yeah, it's evolving. Pretty soon, it's like he's an evil necromancer or something.
Well, he's a undead hunter or ranger essentially, running around doing Dreadlord's bidding,
Living his best life, right?
the corruptor's bidding. I guess at this point. Anyway,
Yes. So, as in character, as a group, we need to decide what we're going to do. I know we're trying to get more information, but it doesn't seem to make a choice for us. We keep missing information that we could use. So,
out of character, did he just tell us that the abbess wants to resurrect the mountain too?
Gosh, that sure
Yes.
it sounded like what he said. Yeah.
what?
Okay.
I didn't
yeah,
get that.
I took that from that.
Well, it's confirmed by another person. So interesting. All right. I mean, I would believe you guys. I just didn't take it that way. But thinking about it, you could take it that way. So But is that a bad thing? It sounds like it's a bad thing. You know,
It'll make for a great Patreon game.
And resurrecting is usually not a.
Yeah.
Resurrecting things that are dead for a reason is generally not a good
Yeah,
idea.
it changes things. So yeah. Well,
It's not dead.
How do we stop?
Well,
But it's not alive.
asleep, whatever.
How do we
Not
stop
here.
the mountain from waking up?
Well,
stop the
We
music.
stop the abbess.
that's one way to do it, I suppose.
Yes. That's
She does have a book that she needs to return.
to the library. Is there any like a fee you get for helping return book? You know, do we
No.
get like free books for
Oh.
life or something?
Well, you don't get
Well, I
to keep
mean,
any of the
you can-
books.
Get a library card.
You just need to
mean
fill
this
out a form,
library
and
card.
you can definitely return book at your
So-
leisure.
What you're saying is there's nothing. There is nothing we would get except for satisfaction of knowing that the right thing was done.
And Gate Neath not being crushed by an army or a mountain.
That is a good thing too. Maybe that's what
Possibly.
we need to do. Maybe we need to side against the Abaddis.
Although a mountain would be a good ally to have against the Dunisatfins.
I feel like it would just like stand up and just crush the whole town.
Casey, is that you or is that your master speaking?
You
We,
no, you
might
didn't.
we might want to look a bit more into this mountain before you think about helping.
Yes, I agree.
A bastard child of the wiring triumvirate. I think it's arrogant to think that we could control such a creature.
Do we need to control it?
Depends on what it is, what its motives are, what it is going to do.
A town isn't safe underneath the ankles of a walking mountain.
No, but once the mountain's walked off,
But where would it go? What would it destroy?
What if it doesn't necessarily destroy stuff and it like does something?
Tiptoes around the various towns and settlements?
Okay, it probably at bare minimum
Accidentally
incidentally
squishes
like destroy everything.
all of our
maybe.
people that are hiding in the north.
I'm not saying that we should let it be woken up. I'm not saying that.
That's
What
Casey's
if-
idea.
Yes. That's
Casey!
well, yes, I do not think we would want to wake it up unless we knew its motives, what it was going to do. I mean, maybe it is just a figment of
mean-
speech to say that it is a mountain. Maybe it is just a god that embodies the mountain. I don't know.
A book flies up into his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He catches it, and then he throws it, and it kind of glides across his face, and then stops in front of
Mikhail?
Mikhail. Yeah, my brain did a thing. And it opens up, and it shows you drawings of Isilingdar. Isilingdar is what is known as what are they called? Hold on. Abomination, D&D 3.5,
Abomination.
epic level handbook.
I don't like that name.
Yeah, it's not good. It doesn't sound like a good guy, does it?
I posted it in general, but that's what it looks like when it's moving. The
Oh.
dragons pictured
Yeah.
are great worms of power, not just little tiny dragons. Those are like,
Sounds very bad.
Actual.
big-sized dragons, like huge, massive dragons.
So it's literally a giant walking mountain
That's
with
right.
an angry face.
Oh,
You betcha.
resting mountain face is what they call it.
Resting mountain face is what they call it, yes.
Yes.
They are known as, or the entity is known as a Zixicol.
He seems kind of sweet.
Yeah, maybe
We
you can
should wake him
befriend-
up.
Yeah,
or
maybe
we
you
to
can-
remove
With a
the
snack.
mountain's agency, keeping it contained.
Yeah, actually, removing the mountain's agency makes us villains. So, in order to be
Ah.
heroes, we have to wake it up.
Free it. We have to free the the chained beast.
That's Shisho.
That's not your character.
Right?
Ahabe.
Same.
Yeah, I gotta hear
Ahabe
Magpie
would
is
say.
like bring the chaos.
I just want to make sure you understand that
Yeah.
I mean, the character that's there in the room with you does not seem like he is emotionally affected by any of the suggestions, jocund or serious. Like,
Right.
it seems like you could blow up the entirety of the material plane. It probably wouldn't be a big deal
Like,
to
oh,
this
that's
guy.
interesting. Here, have a book.
It just fills out more books in the spiral.
I'm not a religious woman, but I think getting too involved in the goings on of the gods is always a bad idea, and unleashing this amount of chaos is certain to bring down Atavius' wrath. That's what I see in any case.
I have to agree with Abe because this could be very bad for our town.
I am curious how the abbess convinced herself that doing this would serve Atavius.
The Zixicol, here I would say, the Zixicol was born of the Warring Triumvirate. As an entity of earth and ice, order is bound throughout its entire frame. Why would you think that this would not serve Atavius?
Yeah. Wait, what?
So
it
is
does
not-
serve Atavius.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily bad, but I still think it would be bad for our
Just want to make you guys super aware that gods aren't good or evil.
No,
The
yeah.
gods are both. The gods are-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it's more like metaphorical, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you fuck with the chaos, Atavius' wrath is gonna either, like, you're either gonna
It's gonna
perish in the
balance.
chaos. You're either gonna perish in the chaos, or they're just gonna be a swing to order, and you're gonna be fucked either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anybody trained in history would know that the abominations, the 9 children, illegitimate of the Warring Triumvirate, were all put down by the Grey Order during the Third Era of the Grey War. And by put down, I mean deities can't die, so they were all kind of, in some way or another,
Deactivated.
Slept.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gaia was bound with the Mythorge sword, high in the mountains of the Broken Blade Coast, so getting its name from the transaction. The other ones that we've seen, the Thane was locked inside of space between spaces at the beginning of time and the end of time to ensure that it could not rewrite time. Because Thanes are literally just abominations made of temporal energies. And
oh gosh.
Do not like that.
Yeah.
this one. So fun fact, because you're history trained, you would know not too far from this site, towards the middle of the coast in the region here, there was a large fight between this creature specifically and the ancient red worm that birthed all red dragons besides. The Zixicol punched it. That was it. That was the fight. That's all that happened. It punched the dragon.
No, this thing needs to stay in bed.
The most powerful red dragon conceivable, and this thing just punched her.
One hit KO.
Yeah. Destroyed her, obliterated
Okay,
her.
but chromatic dragons are bad, right? Right? Right?
So
Right,
this thing-
though?
Same team.
This
Same
thing has to
team.
be good.
Same team.
Yeah.
Enemy of my enemy?
Yeah, the dragons are pretty awful.
You could probably punch that vampire guy.
Ahabe is like
saying.
standing behind me.
We
just
have
ready
a
to,
dragon
like,
friend.
murder
I'm
me.
sure the dragonborn would like
Yeah,
that.
but that's a metallic dragon.
These were the cool
Mm.
ones.
They know
They're
they
the
don't
cool
get
ones.
along, right?
They were the cool ones.
Not as cool as those
Normally?
skin dragons, though.
Just depends. there's the Council of Worms. They work together, even though some are self-serving chromatic dragons and some are more community-minded metallic dragons.
Not at all biased. At all. Whatsoever.
Yeah, they all work together because they have to. There's no choice. After the War of Sword and the Serpent, it was like, okay, you can be territorial, but if you start like massing and like forming armies, then we have a problem. Well, we'll have a council to make sure that if we start seeing individuals forming armies, we fight them. So there's an army to stop armies. It's like Dragon NATO.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Dragon NATO.
Is it as ineffective?
I would say it's more effective. Yeah.
Good shade. Good
So-
shade.
See, they actually have an army, so
Fucking
that
Mecca.
helps. So, like, if they sanction someone's army, they can use their army to do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's not like, bad boy, don't do that.
That's against the law. They don't really care about the law because some of them are lawful. Even on the good boy side, it's not always lawful good on the dragons.
Good's kind of a gray area.
Yeah,
Hmm.
All right.
dragons are definitely more focused on the dichotomy between order and chaos anyway.
Okay, so
Or scratch
What
that.
do we
Or
do?
less focused on that dichotomy.
don't think we want this mountain to wake up.
Hmm.
I don't know
Regardless.
much, but I'm quite certain we probably
You're
want to
not-
stop this.
Because are there even any great worms for it to punch anymore? What's it gonna punch?
Probably Dragonborn.
That's-
Just kidding.
Oh,
That was
you're
meant
right.
as a joke. I look over at Morak. I'm
Mikhail!
trying to lighten it up a bit because
Right
it was
here.
getting very deep.
Right. Like everyone's just looking at him like,
It was, and I look at Morak. I'm like, come, this was a joke. Morak, yeah, you know,
More.
Morak. I called his name wrong.
No offense taken.
Yeah.
No-
I was
no-
trying to lighten up the mood. You know, it's crazy.
water under the bridge, you know.
so, they are close.
See, this
to
is why we
dragons.
invented cancel culture.
Yeah.
yes.
Did you say cancel or council culture?
Council.
Oh god.
This here
Yeah.
is council culture.
That's the
Yes.
name of this party.
You know what?
If
Official.
he goes any further, we get
Yeah.
into cancel culture.
Official. This party's new name is
It's-
council
Cancel
culture.
culture.
I'm gonna write that shit down. That is good.
Love it. Love it.
Well, if you misbehave, you get canceled. Well, I think that at this rate, and as always, matriarch, whatever your desires, your wishes, I will follow your lead. At this rate, I'm beginning to feel that it's time for us to toss aside our pride and look to the Denisatvans, not as conquerors, perhaps, rather as a means to an end.
My only concern is I don't think anyone should have that book.
Yeah, what happens if the Dennis
Oh
Atkins-
shit, I forgot they wanted the book.
Yes.
What happens if they get
What if we
Likely
say
Yeah,
Like,
we can't
what
let
will
them
they
have
do
that.
with
That's
it?
gonna be a bad idea. They get a mountain who punches.
Like I don't even think they want the mountain, but what will they do with?
maybe they
book.
are looking for the mountain? We don't know. But
I mean, that's
what
a lot
if,
of power.
What if book accidentally got returned to library? Like, hey, not my fault. I dropped it in the library and grabbed it. You know, is what we can say.
So it's so weird. He picked it up. you know?
Yes, it's like, how is that my fault? I don't know. That is a pretty lame excuse, but that I don't know if we have any better options.
I think that is perfectly reasonable.
I think it's a good middle ground.
Yeah. Yes.
I think
We
that's the
take the
only thing I
side
am certain of
Of
it.
the library, then.
Yes.
So-
Yes.
You wish to return the book for us.
I think there's kind of
Yes.
devastation on both sides if either side gets it.
Yes, I agree.
And, further devastation ain't good, It's not good for everybody.
When we did speak to Atma's name,
Cardiff.
when we spoke to Cardiff in a previous room here in the library, I mean, I did tell him that I would do my best to bring that book back, and I hold true to
That is
that.
true.
But we must do what the matriarch, wants us to. I know we are her council, but so what do you say? Or maybe other people want to tell their side. I am on the side of this idea. I like this is a good idea.
Casey's like, revive the mountain.
Yeah,
To all humans. Death to all humans.
right.
What?
Oh no, Casey's like,
Boop boop beep
Or
bop boop
Dalek
beep
mode.
boop. Dollar.
He is now
Exterminate.
he is like Skynet. That is Casey. I think Casey Net.
I think Evangeline would look at Okran and actually what?
pass the buck. It's up to you, Okran. What do you want?
I just got
She just
here.
would not-
No, I think
She just
I think you're
wants
just saying you want his opinion, right?
his opinion as far as we have the outcome in mind of what we want. It's just finding the path to that, and there seems to be two options: fight the Densatfins or let the Densatfins fight the Abyss,
Well,
or fight the Abyss. Or if there's
Yeah.
in a perfect world, I don't think anybody should have the book except here.
well, yeah, that's our goal. But
So if we help the Densatfins, we would have to figure out a way to get it from them when we
yeah,
fight the Abfin. No.
either way, we're gonna have to try and get it away from someone.
The Matrix.
I really wouldn't want to work with the person who, killed family. That's kind of
Well,
shitty.
What if
That's
we
true.
let
Due to our negotiations, he is not going to be involved in the attack on Gateneath.
What if we just let the Dennis Atvins through, and
Right?
because they want
Carry
they,
on.
they want they want Air Morag. So if
Yeah,
we
but they
just-
could. I mean, we could let them through, and then they kind of feel out what they're doing. I mean, at that point, it might be kind of up a creek without a paddle. You know what I mean?
Or what if we just let them
I
through?
think we're already kind
and
of there.
then we lost our paddle
We
miles
gotta-
back.
We got a very short. It's a very short paddle that doesn't work very well. It's got holes in it.
We've
Then
got like
while
a
they're
petrified leaf. that we're just
attacking
gonna-
Air Morag, we try to sort of come in and
Doing
get
a
the book
strike.
for ourselves and sneak it off to back here.
Yeah.
Possible. It seems like it would be very chaotic, and it might be even more dangerous if we waited till they, a siege or something was on, combat was
yeah.
on. But it may. So maybe if we went back to when we went to
Well,
Iraq
actually,
and acted
actually,
like
there's-
allies, and then somebody snuck off and grabbed it, maybe that's one way we could avoid fighting. it.
I
don't
will
know.
say,
I just-
Magister, that fighting when the Abbess is around, or trying to steal that book when the Abbess is around, may be just as dangerous. She's
I just saw something too. We don't know how long we've been in here. I remember someone mentioning that it could have been weeks or days or minutes or.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not a concern.
Okay.
Time travel's normal.
Okay. Wasn't sure if there was like a distortion.
No.
I remember
The
that being.
Yeah, the library, like I said, the library is a part of the Feywild, but it is not like in the heart of the Feywild where time shit gets
Gotcha.
weird.
Okay, cool.
It's like think of it like
A bubble.
think of a pond that has soapy
Mhm.
suds on surfacing on the top. That's more what the Feywild is than what
Gotcha.
you might be kind of familiar with.
Okay.
The soapy suds are like small little segments of reality.
The soapy suds.
Soapy suds.
Rubbing bubbles. That's what we have.
So I think we could scrub the book from the abscess.
Habitus. That's nice. I like
Not the abscess.
Oh my god, shit.
Oh
it.
no.
That was good.
Those were words. Those were words that came out of his face.
So it
I'm sorry
sounds
about
like,
the abyss.
we have not really heard from Morax. I keep getting his name wrong today for some reason. But
I if I remember correctly, you still haven't you met them, right?
Who?
Or was it the abbess?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
she
yes.
came to our town.
And she
sometime.
told us that under no circumstances were we to negotiate with the Dunsoptons. Oops.
Yeah, and she doesn't
And
even want
that
you
we
guys
were
going up
supposed
there,
to
right?
fight. Well, we were going to, and then
And
I
we're
almost
supposed to die.
got murdered.
Yeah, I don't.
But it's okay. We're friends now.
Yeah, the abbess or us?
No,
Oh.
my assassin.
oh
Oh.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you were not at all aware of what you
No.
signed up for. So
Yes.
sorry.
I mean, I didn't really have a choice, you know.
That's fair.
I mean, I guess I could leave, but you know, I'm here, and God damn it.
The Habe's like, babes, I feel you. My parents like made me do this.
Same.
Just kind of doing what I think my father think would be a good idea.
It seems like you had a lot of answers for yourselves. An interesting formulation of opinion. It doesn't seem like you're all in unity against what you think you should be against. But it does sound like you're further along than you were.
So many riddles.
Can't tell if he's being shady or not.
Right.
Maybe we
I
need
think
to.
he's just saying we're trying to, you know, we're sussing it out, right?
Yes, I think so. I think maybe we need to change our perspective, and maybe we are not traitors or rebels. Maybe we are the people who saved the book. You know, nobody will remember that because nobody will know about book, but we will know. Maybe we just need to think of that.
The best option would be the book getting back here where it belongs.
Yes.
And we know now this is where it belongs, and that only bad things can happen if it's in anybody's hands.
I agree.
No.
This is what we must do. We must rescue this book.
I can tell you from my perspective that is what the library would like to see happen. So, I understand it, Lady Boyvin. Your goal is to return the book. I pronounce it wrong all the time. Don't
I know, and then you always do it like really quiet, and you're just like,
Lady So about 10 more minutes riffing, that should work. No. So I understand it is your intent to serve the council or the Court of Seasons and return the book to the Grand Library. Is that right?
yes.
I think that would be the best option, though we would probably have quite a few enemies on the other side. that
Yeah, also
would
we
think
just
that.
aligned with the Fae.
Oh shit.
Oh, boy.
This is true.
I mean,
We're all
the
dying.
Habe's cool with that.
What are
Right.
exactly
I
are the
mean-
implications to that?
This could be a democratic
It's
thing.
fine.
You know, we can.
It's fine.
I just don't think we
Okay,
got a lot
are
of
you-
options
Is
either way. other
Okra
than
trying to
this.
get like executed right now?
So there's that.
Democratic?
And also, if we wanted to, I mean, okay, so there's two extremes here we could go to. We could go to the crazy democratic process
it's
and like
crazy.
have people
One
like
party, one power.
give their opinion. We could go that route, but we can go totally in that route, and we can go one robot, one power. Get him on top of that mountain, boy.
Oh yeah.
That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Wait, you can control a mountain with the robot?
He doesn't know, but he wants to.
We're gonna
It's gonna
try.
be like Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Voltron maybe.
He
He'll be the
can
top.
he can mighty morph.
Mighty
Yeah.
Morph. Dude can't stay awake in like the first two rounds of combat. What are you talking about?
Oh,
That's
man.
true. It's true.
Aw.
That's all I've
He
seen.
old, leave him alone.
Hey,
Well,
You don't
he's-
like my
he's-
you don't like
he's-
my
he's
rubber
like-
band technique. Run straight in head first. Get
ah!
shot. Wake up. Get shot. Wake
Thank
up,
God the
get
rest of my
shot.
party's all healers.
Nice.
What I do?
Then I'm just like last in initiative, and I'm like, hey, that's supposed to be me. Stop it.
Yeah.
No.
Like, no, fuck that. I'm
Or-
wrong.
Error.
Okay.
It is your intent to serve the Court of Seasons in your endeavor, then I will entreat you a boon to aid you.
Foods are cool.
Raises his hand out in front of him, kind of drags it down, and as he does so, like the form of a sword appears in front of him. He then pushes forward like that, and as it's flying towards you, a blade manifests, appearing in front of you, kind of hovering in the air.
Okrin! I thought Okrin would jump
This-
right in front of her.
It's the sword known as Narpas. It will serve you.
Who's it going towards?
Grant it to yourself or your champions. It will aid you in the way that best suits the wielder.
Okay.
Does it do something?
Sounds like it
What is it?
Like
Sorry.
most swords, it serves as an implement for the
Yeah,
martially
it's-
minded. But
Yeah, it's
like
Okay.
it best
swords,
fits the wielder. He said.
like
Yes,
swords
ah,
of ancient
what
times,
it
it does act
Sorry.
as a conduit for the winds.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
This party doesn't know what books do, what swords do.
What does it do? Cuts.
I fight with my hands. I don't know.
It cuts good. It cuts real
No!
It's a paper cutter.
good.
All right.
It's a letter
Okay.
opener.
So I
Not
can either
real
use it
but it's
myself or I
magic.
can give it to someone else.
Yep, anybody can wield it, and it will take up a.
Attunement.
That's right.
The tune.
Does Morax already have like a special sword?
I think
That's,
Morax. I think Morax should take it.
Yeah.
all right. What kind of sword? Like,
Is it
What do
like
you-
a
if it's-
long
if
Do you,
it's
sword?
do you take
buddy.
it? Do you take it in your hand?
yeah, I'll
Okay.
I'll grasp the
It
handle.
looks like the best way to kind of describe it is as you're about to grab it. It looks like the sword's sting, almost. But as you grab it, what sword do you imagine to be the most deadly implement in your character? What does your character's mind formulate as the most deadly sword in his mind?
I use a great sword, so
Yeah, it shifts into like the most magnificent greatsword you've ever seen in your grasp. In the hands of a creature, and once attuned, it's not currently attuned, but once attuned, it serves as a +3 weapon that deals an additional d12 on a critical hit.
Whoa.
Better roll good, Chris.
I'll try.
Big money, no whammies.
In the hands of a spellcaster, it adds +3 to spell attack rolls. It adds +3 to spell save DCs.
That's pretty
And
neat.
it adds
Powerful, yeah.
+9 to healing.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Well, wait a minute. Well, wait a
I
minute.
mean, you could
here.
even keep that magpie, honestly.
Okay. Out of character weigh in. Do we want the heels or do we want Morax to be beefy?
I mean, it's a huge
I mean,
boon for anyone who grabs a hold of it, you
Yeah.
know?
That is
Beefy
good for
boy is
anyone.
good.
speaking as the guy who just made a joke about rubber banding.
Look, y'all saying
we
beefy
all know.
I
Yeah.
feel-
It
Yeah.
turns into brass
No.
knuckles for Zach.
Again, keep in mind, +3 to attack and damage is a massive boon for
Yeah.
someone swinging
that is
twice.
a massive boon.
Like
That is
it's,
true.
it's going to net out more damage than you're taking. So
Okay.
Okay.
if you're satisfied in your healing capabilities, great. If you have a spellcaster who really, really needs like a boon to DCs for saving throws, then
Not
that's
really.
I'm not going to take it because I mostly do unarmed stuff.
and the same's true for Casey. I think the only two
Yeah.
contenders for the blade would
well,
be
what if it was brass knuckles? You know, it just turned to brass knuckles.
it would turn to whatever sword. You
Oh,
would want
sword,
it to,
sword, right?
yeah.
The sword.
But again, it could be utilized by
Ooh.
Mikhail as well. But again, the more attacks you have, the better the weapon will do.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's true.
All
So
right.
it
Yeah,
does
we'll
sound
leave
like
it with.
our Dragonborn is wielding the Narpass.
Flip a coin.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's Morax.
Okay.
I'll hold on to this for now, and if we decide it could be used better, we can come to an agreement.
It's your
I'm
sword.
open to exchanging.
Morax, be quiet. Take the sword.
All right.
This is no democracy.
You get no say here.
Need
This
I
is a
remind
council
you?
ship.
This
Oh my
is
gosh, you're
council
right.
culture.
Need I remind you? Your Russian sounding a little German now.
Oh no!
No.
Uh,
Anywho, so the sword goes to Morax. Anything else you wish to ask of the this individual? Any other thoughts you might have on what you're doing? Because the way I'm understanding it, the plan is to go up the mountain and fight the monastery.
I guess.
Is that what's happening?
I don't
abscess?
know.
I think that's-
that might get us all killed if we go up there and fight.
Everything we do is gonna get us killed.
Yeah, I do
We
like
need
killing
to
you.
use deception and stealth, and luckily for you, I happen to be good at both. And sleight of hand, I must say. And then, like, you notice, I put your like lighter back in your pocket or something. that
Why
didn't
would I
happen.
have
I
a
was just-
lighter?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something I could have like
I don't
stolen from you to give back.
smoke.
Your character does. You're just like a teenager. You go out, you have a cigarette behind the building when nobody's
No.
looking, and you know that's what I don't know.
She's
Anyways,
not
that
don't
kind of
smoke,
Smoke
kids.
some wacky tobacco.
What is
Don't smoke,
happening?
kids. It's bad
Some
habit.
devil's lettuce.
What the fuck is
confused.
happening?
I don't know. I'm just being goofy. All right, sorry about that.
Oh my god.
Speaking
I
of
was on my own,
smoking,
like, I thought I was on my own YouTube site or
speaking of smoking,
Oh boy.
Ooh.
yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
So, anyways,
Blah 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 from Zach.
I'm just
Oh, oh.
saying that. Yeah, let's
Let's
just.
talk about
sorry,
Kevin.
sorry, I interjected at all.
no, don't be.
Oh my god.
We are having fun with this. This
Never
is-
stop, Kevin.
do not.
Never
Stop
stop
it! I am
being
stopping
you.
right now.
No,
Kevin,
No.
never stop
Never
being
again.
Kevin.
don't stop being
Never
Kevin.
again. All right, I was trying to ask. All right, anyways, never mind.
So no,
Bye,
after
guys.
I mean,
So, are we fighting Ermerag, or are we letting the Denisopans fight Ermerag and then stealing shit while everyone's distracted?
I don't think that's gonna work in our favor.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know the abbess. I haven't met her like you have, but that's probably the best route
Yes. What if we did something
without knowing anything, you know.
What if
I'm
we
new.
did? Yeah, I have an idea. What if we like all went up to her as a group, and then like we talked to her, and she's like, "Go back and fight, you idiots!" And we're like, "Of course we were going to do that. We were just here, you know, to tell you what we were doing." And then as everybody leaves, you have one person stay behind. That would be
Behind here? Or
behind in the wherever the room we meet with her, and then that person sneaks around, grabs a book, and then we try to escape. It is one way it could work. I mean, theoretically, it could work.
I mean, you would have to be hidden before we went in the room.
No. What?
I
if-
think
oh,
the
it's-
abbess can count.
Yeah, but sometimes you get a group of people, you get lost in the people, especially if like one of them.
There's
does,
only
like,
6 of us.
I could make him invisible.
That would work.
I could also turn into a gas for a little bit. I have a potion of gaseous form.
That's weird.
That would only last a little bit, so it is an option though.
Insert fart joke
I
here.
can turn
Yeah,
into
Right?
gas.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that is what we could do. We could have the
Okay.
Casey just makes a farting noise and this little suspicious cloud just floats around the fucking room. Nothing to see here.
yeah, exactly. It's like a little puff of smoke with the little eyes on it. You know, it would be so cute.
Oh my god, like that blob from Treasure Planet. Morph.
Oh
No.
my gosh, you missed the whole. Oh, John, you
Hilarious.
missed it. Since you had your headphones on, you can hear us. But...
Yeah, I got all of it.
Oh, I meant the other John. He said he's back now. So
Oh.
I was wondering if he. Oh, maybe he said be right back again. I don't know. Anyways,
He doesn't get to hear the fun time.
we don't want him to hear all that fun stuff. So I mean, that's just like a spitballing type thing, like an idea that it could work if some crazy shit happened. But yeah, maybe just turning like one person invisible would be great. That might work. But there may be magic detection or something like that, so that could be a problem. But I mean, we'll know when we get there. But we have to go in with some sort of a plan, and it'll probably go to shit right away, and we'll end up having to fight her. And that's
Yeah.
all said with a Russian accent. So just back in time and imagine that.
Insert
Not a
accent
German.
here.
A Russian accent. Russian.
Okay,
In old Genaris, book steal you.
absolutely.
Oh my God. They do though. That's facts.
They do. They steal your heart. You love the book.
Damn books used to carry me all the fucking time.
So
Alright.
no other questions of him then.
I feel like I have 1,000 questions,
Shoot.
but
And-
like which of them are relevant? But the problem is I don't know what's relevant. I don't know what's not.
Right?
I feel untethered.
Do we think this person actually knows all sorts of shit? Or do they just sit here and they're just a librarian? You know, like we can't ask.
Well,
him,
he
like,
did know shit, and he did tell us shit.
Like, yeah, but I
Hey.
mean, like, would he know statistically what is the best way to sneak into a place? Like, could he say, you know, there's thousands of stories on that, and then 50% of them this works, and 30% this works? I mean, he doesn't know that sort of shit.
He
does
said doesn't want to give us that kind of information. He already said that.
But he wants the book back, though. That was before he, you know, maybe we could ask him.
Oh, he's
Can you
already
stop trying to blackmail everyone?
he's already done the thing that he can do.
No,
to
no,
help
I'm
in
not
that regard.
blackmailing him. I'm trying to like use. I'm trying to manipulate him. Yes, definitely. I will agree to that. I'm definitely trying to manipulate him, but obviously only in our favor. But that I don't think that would work, right? You guys don't think that would work?
Well, he already said no.
Yeah. Damn it. I'm always trying to game the system.
Yeah.
But I have a smart character this time, so I think it's justified. I can come up with these ideas. Normally I play dumber people. So
any questions at all?
I've got nothing.
How do we get out of here?
Back the way you came in.
oh, we have to go through that damn hall with the monsters?
Oh, they won't bother you unless you turn around and come back this way.
That is good.
I guess we have a plan then.
Uh,
Kinda.
Is there anything we can do once we get the book to make it, like, is there some special librarian thing that could make it disappear so they can't find it on us? I don't know.
The sword is set to return. If you place the Narpas upon it, it will uncharm, unensorcel whatever has been done to it to stop it from returning.
Oh,
Is
so
that the-
all we gotta really do is
Touch
find
that
the book
on that.
and just
Wait.
take the sword.
Take
Yeah.
the stick and
put
put it on the book.
and Then
That's
Then
it.
we should be able to trick. We should be able to trick the. And then when it returns, we could be like, "Oh shit, what happened? Whoa! Oh, my bad."
Why'd you go
let me
Austrian?
just- I need to smoke that
Why
My
did
bad.
powerful book with this giant sword.
Right?
Oh no, it's
Oh
gone.
shit! That you could almost see that, and then she'd be like, "Oh, you idiots!"
he's going
I'm
so
just a-
Schwarzenegger, and I
Oh man, I'm just such a great big clumsy guy.
Yes, you
oh
could trip
no.
right into it.
fell
I love,
over.
I
Oh.
love this is going to turn into like an episode of Friends, you know,
Yeah, just like an episode of Friends,
where they get the book back. That's what it's called. The one where they get the book back.
or like Always Sunny. Yeah,
The
Yeah.
gang gets the book back.
that's
Yes,
the name of
gang
it. Yeah,
gets the book back. Oh my god.
Ooh, that's a good.
name for the next episode.
Yeah.
Unless you
That's
get
a good one.
unless you get
And
back
then
in
we
the
all
next hour
die
and
and we
40.
don't get the book back,
Nah,
and
what's the worst that
everyone's
can happen?
disappointed.
You know
The
what?
gang, the gang dies.
See, what helped with that whole thing was that council culture that we have. Like, we never would have come up with a good one. Like, I would have had some lame Friends, title, but with everybody, we came up with a good one. That's how I'm just saying.
Teamwork.
Pretty good guys.
It makes the dream work.
Teamwork is making this dream work. I'm
Yeah.
loving it.
Like if you were with a lamer group, you would have been like,
Yeah.
"This is a really cool name," and they'd have been like, "No, that's not a very cool name."
Yeah.
But then the DM would have realized it is a really cool name and forced it upon them, naming them
Right,
Gilbert
right.
Kergosler's Retinue,
Yes.
despite their best interests.
That was Zach's. Zach loved that part of the game.
Yeah, this is his
Luckily, he's
favorite
not even
part.
here to defend himself. So,
And Andy's not watching at all either.
and he's not watching. So, Andy's too busy playing Warhammer.
Nerd.
God. Play it, kids. If you're out there, play it. It's a little violent for you kids, but just play it.
Andy.
Yes, children, play.
So
Yes, play that game.
the plan is to leave and
Hmm.
then return to Gateneath. And then from Gateneath, the plan, just to make sure I'm understanding it, is to go up the mountain and fight the monastery.
Yeah.
We're gonna get invited into the monastery, so we don't have to like scale it and all that crap.
You're going to
Siege it.
try to get invited into the monastery.
I think we're gonna try not to fight, right?
How are we gonna? Well, anyway, I think we just need to get out of here.
One step at a time.
We're going to cut
Yeah.
the power off when we're in
You're losing it.
the place, and then when the power's off and it's dark, we take it.
So,
That's what they do. And
We're gonna go through the vents.
If
Yeah, so
So we're
you-
SEAL
Cool.
Team
Bad.
6 now,
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
but we're actual SEAls.
If you
Yes.
go back up to the first level of the library, when you get up there and start making your way towards the door that you tried to exit out of last time, the bookkeeper will, or the attendant, the person at the front desk, will kind of say, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, no, that's not the way you're supposed to go," and points back into the room with the bridge.
So like a bridge ceremony, we cross the bridge.
You remember that when you first came into the library, it was because you were in the bridge room, and the bridge room became a room in a building instead of just a cavernous structure. And then when you exited out, you left. But when you left the place at the front door, you were on the entirely different side of the
Oh, right.
kind of area
Right.
that you're in. So he's saying go back into the bridge room.
Okay. Did we really want to go back to Gateneath first, or do we just want to go straight there? Straight to your Morag. I mean, we might have to go through Gateneath to get there, anyways. But
No, we're right
Aren't we up
underneath
the
your mark.
mountain already?
maybe
Correct.
we should just go straight there.
We're underneath
Yeah.
your Morag.
So we'll have to get out. I know we have to get out, but then we have to go there, right?
Yeah.
And so could be like get out and then climb the mountain.
Well, that does prove to be an interesting question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move us to the map as you go through the process of entering into the space with the bridge. The door shut.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Wait,
What
can
are
I
we
get
doing?
my library card?
You sign the documents and get your
Okay,
library
thank
card.
I'm on to.
Okay, also
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll just all get them. Let's just all get them.
Yeah,
What the
fine.
heck?
Can't be champions of the library. We don't have
spent
that.
a
A
whole
library
spent a
card.
whole hour.
Oh my God, we're
everybody get their
librarians!
library's card.
Yeah, we'll just come live here. It's like
Conan.
We're the
Conan.
real
From
heroes
violence.
of the library.
Yeah. Oh,
Conan.
that's
Oh
the
wow!
hardest
Oh wow! Look at that! It's a circle.
guy. Oh, wow.
Conan the librarian.
Yeah.
Don't you know the decimal system?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
as
where are we
you
at?
go to the bridge, and set upon the bridge. The door's shut. The walls kind of fade away after a fashion, and you realize that you're standing basically where you were before, but you can see that the cave behind you exits out into what you would consider the material plane. And as you kind of make your way out, you are exactly where you entered into the cave in the first place, that entered into the Feywild in the first place. And just around the corner, around the bend a ways, is the bridge where you fought the ghosts. You would note that that point, as far as climbing goes, would be the best method for you to climb up to the monastery. It seems that's why, more likely than not, there was a defense there. Does that make sense? You're muted if you're talking, Jujo.
I hope the abbess doesn't know we killed her protectors.
Gosh, me
Yes.
too.
So I'm at half health.
Best
That's not good.
way to start a revolution.
Same, let's do this.
If I fall off the fucking mountain, I don't have any help to cushion my fall. Is resting out of the... How many hours have we been in the library?
So it's not very long after you went in. Temporally, you didn't take any rests, so it's been maybe a couple of hours. It's like close to 2-ish in the afternoon, because you entered in around noon.
Maybe we take a short rest before we go to use up
So
hit points.
remember, it'll take you
Nice.
the remainder of your anticipated journey, which would have put you back in town around 6 before, so probably closer to 8 now, giving you a full day's worth of travel. And then you could take a long rest there and then decide how you want to go up the mountain. Or you can just go now, right up the mountain as you see it.
What if we make our way up the mountain and within range of Air Morag, we, I don't know, set up a little camp, hidden away, of course, and make a rest. That way we can be all refreshed for our successful retrieval of the book.
Honestly, I think for myself and for the matriarch, it might be better to have a full night's rest.
What time did you say it is?
Probably close to 2.
6. Wait.
So I said if you travel back to town, if you
It'll
hadn't,
be 8.
yeah, if you hadn't done anything at the location and you had just traveled right there and then right back, you would have been back by 2 or by 6. So now that you had about a 2-hour delay due to your time in the library, what I'm saying is that if you wish to return now, you'll be there by 8. About a 6-hour journey from here to there.
Fuck.
You left at first light. You got there around noon. Spent 2 hours in there, etc.
Could we camp at the beach
You can do
and
whatever
have a
you
long
want.
rest?
Yeah, you can try to.
Party.
Or the cavern?
You can certainly try.
We can try to rest, you say?
Yeah,
He
I-
did
Well,
take
I mean,
out that group here,
Oh yeah, maybe we should go somewhere else to.
and the longer we wait to attack your Morag, the longer they have to realize we have disposed of their defenses and to shore them up again.
Okay. I mean, I'm just letting y'all know between me and Magpie, we have probably expended a lot of spell slots because
Of
I think we're
course.
the only caster.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I understand the need to rest. Casey is just also stating that like it's a harder fight later, and we're all okay with that. Cool.
Yes. All we do is cast shade, so we understand that you do.
Okay,
look at-
Kevin.
This is. I am not Kevin. I am Mikael.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am the suave
Oh,
and with the
Mikhail.
Russian
Popping
accent.
off.
Yes.
Queen shit.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Wow.
I mean, just look at my character. My head is chopped off in that picture, but you can see he just half of his face is very suave.
The top of his head is very small.
Yes, it is. You have to believe me that it is.
More than fair. Oh my goodness.
Fuck did it just come back to?
Well, we
It is
have to
just
figure
going
out,
great.
Magpie, how are you doing on spell slots?
Probably not great.
Because, okay, for me, 3rd level gone, 2nd level gone. I'm down to 3 first level.
3rd level gone, 1 3rd level, 2 second or 2 first level.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second level, 2 first level.
Not good for possible battle with.
Yeah,
How
next
about
time
this?
that Casey goes down.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
Yes, I think what we need to do is have a rest and then hit the road on the, hit the trail at the first light.
Do we want to go all the way back to town, or do we want to try to camp out on the beach? Or like in the cave, in the cavern?
Did you
Up to
bring
you.
camping supplies?
No, but the cavern's probably dry. We can use Casey as a
not.
pillow.
Okay, maybe
Oh.
we go back then. That makes up the decision.
Okay,
Maybe we go back.
let's go back.
All the way back to town.
Yeah.
6 hours.
Maybe we will get the news from our dragon friend when we are there. We haven't seen him in a while, right? He took off.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you make it back to Gatemeads. And upon arriving back, you would note that
Town is on fire.
the
Yes. Oh shit.
town is not on fire. The town seems to be fine. Nothing wrong there. But you will note that just up the road a bit, at the location where you were originally attacked by bandits, on the road when you were taking the Abbas up, it looks like there are, like, a ways up, you can kind of see that they've got a camp set up there. The knights that were formerly in the town. That were sent down when they took the book.
Like my dad's peeps.
Oh, yeah. Your dad's not here. Your dad's left.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. There won't be any weirdness there, but
Oh.
Right. Like so.
we're fighting now, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Wait, it's which knights again?
There were 5 knights that were basically summoned to the sets of armor that were inside the Lore Master's Tower. Those knights.
Oh, okay.
That's not creepy.
Okay.
Guess for the night, get back, I would say hello to my brother,
Mhm.
see how he's doing, and basically tell him that tomorrow we're going off and don't know if we'll be back.
So,
It's highly unlikely.
your brother is fine, and you do have a conversation with him, but you would note that his mannerisms have shifted pretty negatively, to the point where he is very much unable to kind of hold a conversation very well, without kind of like stopping and kind of gasping for breath.
Not good.
The steward of your brother would tell you that It's not as bad as you think, or as it may seem. She would actually say that, or she, the steward would say that your brother is actually doing better. It's just that they can't really engage in activities for very long still.
Okay, that's not good.
It's not bad. Like I mean, they weren't really able to engage in much activity, period, before, but now they're able to. It's just they need kind of like rest during. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, I guess I would just. My brother's probably not like comprehending a lot of what I would tell him. So I guess I would tell him some of the things in front of his handler. I
Mhm.
mean, the person that helps him. I guess it'd be more like
His handler.
yeah, that didn't come out right. I mean, it's more like a nurse, which is highly respected. If there's any nurses out there, it's
Yeah.
basically a nurse.
Except
So-
for Dan.
Except for Dan. Yeah, that's true. Dan's basically just Cardiff, so take it or leave it. So, anyways, I would basically say that I think there's, I think I would say, based on my brother's condition, I'd probably have a will, and I'd say I probably didn't give it to anybody. I'd probably give it to the person that's helping, or no, I probably wouldn't just give it the will. I'd probably just tell them I have a will on my desk. If anything happens to me, I don't come back, then please try to if you can, take my brother and go somewhere else that's safe. But
Well, I wish to tell you that it is already our plan to, since he's doing slightly better, to try and leave the space. I understand that staying here is folly, and since he is doing a bit better, I think it might be possible to transport him. I'm coordinating it with the staff that remains for the Vine family, and I'm hopeful that we'll be out within a couple of days.
excellent. That is a good idea. Obviously, if I'm still around, I will try to go with you if possible. But I have obligations here now, so just be careful.
Of course.
So I guess that's basically all I would want to do. I figured, since I knew what I was going to do, I would just do it first, and everybody else could do what they want to do.
All right.
That's it. Got a plan. I think I'm thirsty.
What's
Fair pack,
anybody
Zach.
else doing?
I will. I'm gonna attune to my sword,
Okay.
and I'll tell Ruck what the plan is, and kind of similar to what Mikhail was saying. We are not sure how well this is going to go, but we think it's our best shot for saving the town. If if nobody hears anything from us, or there's no sign that we succeeded for sure, then get away from the town.
We have an idea of a retreat process already in mind.
If you don't hear from us and
Were you able to find a passageway?
to Air Morag, or
Didn't
To
you
our
go to the
magic
beach to
land.
find a pass that would lead us out of here? I know there was a shit ton of library that happened, but remember the original idea was to go and see the Feywild ley line and see if it was something that could help the people escape.
oh yeah, no, that didn't pan out. I think best option.
Sorry to help. Yes, it did. It
I
totally
genuinely
did.
could not remember what it
So
was.
remember, I told you that you can't go out the front door because you'd end up on the other side of the peninsula. So that's the secret passage. Like they can leave through that secret passage.
Nah, I mean, if you need to, you could go up there and there's some weird, freaky library. It's fucking weird. I would just find the front door and leave.
Fucking weird, man.
We don't know what's beyond there. We didn't really go past there, but we think we know a way that we can save the town.
Okay, well, if it gets desperate, we'll go and deal with the freaky library, since that's probably our best option for escape. I'll make sure that the guards plan the retreat route that way.
I truly hope that it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, me too, but the armies have actually pulled in closer, according to Dusk's scouts, so...
Oh man, that library was fucked up.
Okay, I get it. Is it gonna kill us? Like, is it like fucked up?
I
It's
don't
gonna...
fucking know.
I don't know, man. There were so many books.
There was so much
many
shit
books.
in the library. Nobody said anything straightforward to us. Every single sentence was a riddle. And I am not good at riddles.
It was a mindfuck. I concur. I had a lot of fun. But I'm sorry, Morax did not. So yeah.
No, that was in character.
No, I know.
I love it.
I meant Morax. I didn't mean
Okay.
Chris.
Okay.
But yeah, if you do head out, Rook will have that basically set into the plan of the defense of the town. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Anything in particular that you're wanting to do, other people, in preparation?
I think Evangeline would visit the temple.
Okay. It's still got a bunch of gnomes in it. No, not really. It's got substantially less gnomes in it.
I feel like she would just go there and like sit quietly and just kind of like reflect on kind of the history of the town. Like trying not to put too much into like the whole shit that happened in the library. Just like reflecting on her family mostly. And just kind of like how everything is not how she expected it would be. Not that she had a whole lot of expectations, but
Definitely not this.
no, definitely not defying her family's entire purpose for what she hopes is the greater good type of thing. So she's just trying to like come to terms with that on like her own, and then just hope that she can see her siblings and her father again to try and repair more, I guess.
I will say the people who are at the temple kind of give you a wide berth. They are mostly, it looks like they're performing healing services and using potions of healing on wounded bandits.
Yeah.
And if you inquire about what happened, some of the scouts were harangued by Denisovin forces when they went out to scout. They would know that the Denisovins are a lot closer than originally expected.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to be most of her night, and then she'll probably kind of check in on Dahabe before going to bed.
Dahabe?
I'm so sorry. 1 second.
Sure, then we'll skip to you. Morax already did a thing. Okrin. So, yeah, your friends are still here with you. They didn't go into the library. They would have caught back up with you when you exited, though.
I figured. Okay.
And yeah, Dusk and crew returned back, and then your attendants kind of stayed nearby to make sure that nobody followed you in. But I mean, you have a very small kind of footprint in the town, but are
Mhm.
still kind of maintaining your watch and vigil over the matriarch. But is there anything you want to tell your allies? Are they coming with you, or are you trying to send them off somewhere safer?
I think well, boys, I don't know if we're gonna make it through this next thing. If you want, you two can come with me, or you can stay here and wait and see what happens.
Why do you need us?
I if you come with me, you might not make it.
If we stay here, we might not make it.
Well, I guess fuck it then. I guess you're coming with me.
Okay.
And that's about all they exchange, and then they go drink or some shit.
Yeah.
Drink, smoke, do something.
Okay. Well, if you're leaving the matriarch
with the matriarch, yeah.
Well,
we're leaving her to do her stuff.
Yeah.
Knowing she's probably safe.
If you go to the drinking, you go to the Wolf at the Gate, and a lot of soldiers in there drinking. You would note that the really elegant-looking individual is also there.
The
Dragon.
Yep. Oh, should we tell Dragon about what we're doing?
Do what you want. Casey.
I don't think Casey would be doing much other than sharing with Espen every detail about the library that they could, but
I will say the thing I sent you in the chat to confirm is something that's now rattling in your head. Like, that's not just a thing I put in your side chat just because I was, cementing it. It is something that your character would start remembering after the exchange.
If I share that name with Espen, any response?
No.
Okay. Do they have any records?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
If they would note that it seems like a lot of the old records have been removed. And it's something that you would be aware of. Like earlier decades, like before the fall, in 10 something, it's just gone.
Okay.
All right. So Dahave, anything that you're wanting to do before taking your rest and then in the morning trekking back out into the wilds up the mountain?
Yeah, so I'll check in on Millie, make sure she's alive.
She is.
Is she awake?
Yeah. She's reading.
So, hey Millie, we ran into a really cool library in the Feywilds. You been there before?
Yep.
Okay. Did you know that the abbess is like trying to resurrect that freaky walking mountain thing?
Of course.
Did you say of course?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Millie.
Okay.
Okay.
Kevin, you're muted if you were talking
I
about.
was gonna say I don't like this relationship.
She says,
She
"What?
old and mean.
What do you mean by resurrected? Though it's not really what her intent ever was. It's
Okay. Semantics. Like waking it up.
no. To re-establish its power." Before
You gotta give me a little bit more than that.
Before the Grey War, the mountain lived here in and around these regions. It defended us from greater evils. During the War of Sword and Serpent, it protected the dragons.
What?
It helped us.
The silver dragon didn't like it.
I know not why.
How do you know it protected us?
Because my ancestors are Jernaren. My lineage has not always been Kennelborn. We as a people are a derivative, a magically altered species. Like yourself. Your parents loved each other very much, but there were obviously complications to their union.
Okay. That's all of that.
Don't need the logistics, thank you.
Yeah, what is this stream?
Council culture.
Council.
Cancel culture.
John, your
You just
council.
have
I'm council.
people describing stuff in graphic detail, right? You might get a lot more
Um,
people watching this, but maybe not the people you want.
Oh Lord.
Hey, you know what? We can start playing Castles and Crusades or whatever that game
Right.
is. What country does it?
Yeah, like what the hell?
Fuck no. We'll be playing a shit ton of more D&D.
Do you
BTW.
trust, and you, of course, trust the Abbess?
I do. I trusted Hasathan more, but she's determined to make sure the well-being of the people of this world is maintained.
Even if it costs the lives of everyone in Gateneath.
I don't think it'll be that bad. You've already made sure several have escaped. All we have to do is hold them back from getting up the mountain. If you can do that, if your matriarch can do that, then the abbess will be able to stop them. Are you willing to sacrifice for the greater good?
Yes, I'm willing to follow the matriarch wherever she leads me.
Then great. It sounds like you'll be able to defend the town without issue. She's a strong woman. Not like her father. More like her mother and her husband.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that you're going to protect the abbess in her endeavors. She has a smile on her face, and she kind of lays her head back down on the pillow.
Good night, Millie.
Good night.
And she dies.
And then she dies.
Why is there a pillow on her face?
Why is it in every narrative?
Climactic.
And then she dies.
in every narrative, it's like-
Sahame kills her.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's an old person who's bedridden.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to die at a dramatically good time. No, I'm not killing Millie for.
You're not killing Millie for the lulls.
I'm not just gonna.
Yeah.
I think we've joked about it a couple of times. Yeah, but I'm just. It's not just like a. It's not like a. Oh, this is a perfectly.
I'm not killing Millie for an exclamation point.
Yeah. That bit of narrative, it's just I feel like I'm gonna die at a very untimely and horribly point in a story. Like it's just going to be like,
What the hell?
oh, I guess that happened. Like I wanted to just like not be like a, oh man, that was really climactic and it makes me think about it a lot. I just wanted to be like, yeah, more funny.
Right, like Elvis your way out.
Yeah, Elvis her way out. She's
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, I gotta take a.
No, don't do that to
So you,
Melly.
you take her for a walk outside, and she's like, ah! Oh, this is really sad. Okay, moving along.
We can't be sad about a death that hasn't happened yet.
No, right. It's also fictional, so it's fine.
It's also not real.
Yeah. It was also. Oh, never mind. I won't comment on. I don't want to be counseled. So.
You're already canceled.
Yeah, always. 100%. Anybody have anything else that they want to do in the evening before the movement?
Well, I did say Evangeline was going to check on Dahabe.
Okay. You reconnect?
After, yeah. She would go into the tower and just try and find her.
So you make your way up to the non-scrying room,
Yeah.
and Dahabe is taking swigs out of a crystal decanter.
What?
Well, you found me.
What? Did something happen?
I don't know. Everything's upside down, isn't it?
Yeah.
I miss the forest. Sorry, fucking Elizabeth. I think we'll be. Well, I'm not gonna say that. We might be fine. Millie's
probably won't be.
convinced. Millie's convinced we need to trust the abbess.
What?
Chat's
But-
fun.
I'm not convinced that that anyone can be trusted except for each other.
Yeah. I don't really know what to think anymore. The only thing I'm certain of is that I don't think anyone should have that book.
Agreed.
And I don't know if the mountain coming back is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's been gone for what, thousands of years. So don't think we need it.
Yeah, we know better than to fuck with the goings on of the warring triumvirate.
Triumvirate.
She's slurring her words. A little bit.
It's
She,
triumvirate.
Triumvirate.
no, I can say triumvirate. It's
She's
Dahabe.
drunk.
She passes it.
Yes.
She passes the
Yes.
decanter.
Yep.
Okay, she's drunk. I got it.
Yeah, Evangeline will definitely take a swig. Because what else would you do the night before you go to die? So yeah, she would take a swig and honestly probably just sit there quietly. Thinking.
Wait, where's your bodyguard?
Probably drinking.
So, John, did you want to approach the dragon and tell him stuff?
Is anybody else here? Is it
Just you.
Okran and
Well, there's like other people, but they're not like anybody that you know.
They're
he'll-
non-interactive NPCs.
Yeah, they all had their tongues cut out.
He'll
When you go and press A in front of them, they just say,
He'll start-
yeah,
he'll
yeah.
start walking.
they just like cycle through their animation.
Yeah.
You can't really talk to
Yeah.
them.
He'll start walking
Yeah.
over and then kind of like get close to the dragon, then be like, in his head, maybe, I should get a second opinion on this.
Can I help you?
Hi, hello.
Hi.
I mean, and then he just walks off.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
And he just walks right out of the place.
That makes sense.
He's so shy.
They're so weird. Those rat folk.
Well, I don't want to. I don't know much of the backstory of them, and I don't want to like. This is out of character.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be like, oh, hey, by the way, we're planning on fucking going to take the book.
Yeah. I figured that, but I thought it'd be funny to be somebody in the tavern who's like talking to somebody else, going, "Whoa, what is this?" You know, what's?
I'm just like, hi, I'm going to be awkward. Okay, bye.
I'm gonna be awkward.
That makes sense.
I know we just met, but bye.
Right.
Oh. Yeah.
Wait. Is this the beginning of an Okran and Dragon
Affair.
romance?
I don't know
Yeah.
about. I think he was worried about saying something he shouldn't to someone he shouldn't.
He wanted.
Yeah.
Romance?
You're right.
Yeah,
Not-
but their
not
kids would be
romance.
drag
You
rat,
Joe, calm down.
drag rat,
That's like a roll.
because dragons and rats, drag rat.
Retcons.
That rat gone.
Dragged.
That might be better. That might be
Dragged.
better.
Radagon?
Radagon.
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 Radagon?
There you go.
Radragon.
Yes.
Yeah, I was getting ready to type trees in the chat because I thought you were going to tell a freaking dragon about what we're doing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this could go totally wrong. But it
Wait,
would
I
be
think he would
interesting.
support us.
It would be interesting. Well, would he,
Well,
or maybe he would steal the book for himself.
What Okran would want to do is find someone who knows the dragon better.
Like a girlfriend. That is such a good way to do it.
Yeah, like a
You could have
girlfriend.
him put in
No,
a good word for you.
Wait,
yeah.
he does have a girlfriend,
Talk
Us.
you up.
but it's a boy. Wait, who?
It's Dusk, right?
Excuse me.
Yeah, that'd be a
Does
boyfriend.
My assassin friend.
More of a they friend, but
the Joker?
I think Dusk
Yes.
does identify as male, yeah, more often than not, but they are kind of.
I mean, I think
They're-
I'd walk around
they're
looking for the
agenders?
first person
I
of the
don't-
party
I
that I
don't
can
think they
see.
have genders because
Yeah.
they can be either.
Doppelgangers typically don't. I really don't know the breeding cycle of a doppelganger. I've never looked at. Yeah, I know the breeding cycle of a beholder. Why don't I know the breeding cycle of a doppelganger?
It shows you're into weird stuff.
Well, because I had a book called I Tyrant back in AD&D, and that book told
Oh,
you
okay.
everything you needed to know about beholders.
Hmm.
It was really cool. I like beholders.
Balder or Boulder?
Beholder.
Oh,
Beholder.
Beholder.
Oh,
It did sound like Boulder at first.
I was like,
Beholder.
Elder.
I
Yeah,
thought you were saying baller.
they
about ballers.
A ball.
they just and then create a
That's
thing.
hilarious.
They basically just
No.
They think too hard.
and then it creates another one. But what ends up happening is beholders think that they are the pure essence of what a
Mhm.
beholder should be. And so when they boom, another one out, if it's not exactly what they intended, which it never is, then
Kill
they
it.
think that it sucks and they try to kill it. And then the other one thinks that it is the best one and tries to escape and then kill the one that created it.
Yep.
And some of them have been more lenient and less purgy with their creations, and over time have created all sorts of things from the oh my god, gawkers and also the Eyes of the Deep, which are my favorite because it's just like a little beholder head. No eye stalks, just claw hands.
That's sick.
Maybe they do have eye stalks. Just two of them.
But I'd try to find the nearest confidant in the party.
Okay.
Be like, hey, I had an idea. Don't know who that'd be.
Pick one.
Probably the mistress. If she's available. If not, maybe
Yeah, the Matrix is still the temple, so you just go back to.
I go there and be like, hey, can I got an idea. I don't know if it's a good one.
Okay.
Do we want to talk to the Dragon Man about the book? I don't know. I walked up to them and I kind of made a fool of myself. And
Oh.
I was yeah. It happens. I wasn't sure if it'd be a good idea to say, hey, we're trying to go get that.
Yeah, it might be.
Maybe we want to talk to other people too.
Yeah.
I just thought it was an idea. There'd be someone who could help us. Do that.
So wait, is he coming to the tower to get her?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. All right. So
I would have left Wingus and Dingus down at the
down the base.
bar.
Okay. Okay. She would look over at Dahabe and be like, I guess we should go find the others.
Wait. We're at the temple? I mean, we're at the
No.
tower.
Tower, yeah. I'm definitely not getting drunk in the temple. No.
I don't know. It was just a thought. I figured I should run it by somebody who knows them better than.
The dragon doesn't have an allegiance to Irmorag or to Dennis.
No, there's no affiliations here at all.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So Dahabe would be explaining that to Okrin.
Well, shit. Why don't we just go ask them if they want us to steal a book?
Yeah, we could do that.
He's like, fuck yeah, dragon. Let's go.
Dahabe, she fetches a fresh decanter and tucks it under her arm. And it's like, all right, let's go.
You make it to the wolf, and he's still there. He's not drinking. He's just kind of sitting, talking to some random person. Sees you enter, nods to the other person, says something before you get up to them, and the other person leaves the table that the dragon was sitting at. He gestures to the table for you to sit.
Sorry about being awkward earlier.
No worries.
I think I'll let one of these two lead.
So, can I help you?
Yeah. I think I'll let one of these two lead. Since they know you a bit better.
So, we have an idea. I'm not sure of the outcome, but it would prevent possibly more destruction than we could imagine.
You're being very obtuse. I apologize.
Yeah.
Can you maybe start from somewhere that seems like it would be where
We're
you
gonna
would...
steal a book from the abbess and Irmorag
Okay.
and give it back to a magical library.
Okay. These are not matters that I can say I have any awareness of or concern over.
We seek to prevent the Iceling Dar from being reanimated.
Is that what this book does?
It has
Uh,
the power to do that, from my understanding, and other things.
Islindar's return would pose a problem for my horde and its current position.
As it would to the town.
So you've come to me to treat for some reason. I need you to be a bit more blunt or precise. I don't exactly know what you're wanting.
I don't know what I want either, to be perfectly honest. But if you're willing to help, I would. Oh,
You okay?
okay. Sorry, almost sneezed.
That's what I thought was happening. Okay.
If you're willing to help, I don't even know where to begin that conversation, to be honest. But
if you're wanting me to fly up the mountain with you, that is an impossibility. I did survey the area, and from what I can tell, the corpse of it, for lack of a better definition, seems to have rent a space between life and death itself. This may very well be the thing you mentioned regarding this library or what have you, but there is definitely a divide present that wasn't there in my time. I feel like if I get too close to the mountain, it might pose a problem for me. Old elvish magics dealing with my kind. But, as I've already professed, I will remain here. If you wish, since I have a stake in the town, and this is, of course, no insult to you, but might serve as a more majestic leader, I will make sure that the defense of the town is maintained if you plan on moving up the mountain on your own.
I would appreciate that.
And again, I did not mean for that to be an insult. I just...
Oh, no, you're a dragon. I think it's a valid claim.
That's fair. I will tell you that from what I saw, and I don't know if you've ever been up the mountain, but the monastery is very well fortified. If you can find a means of entering from a different angle, it might benefit you greatly.
Do you have any suggestions?
Unfortunately, I do not. I did see that there was a rent in the space that it occupied. A very narrow crevasse. The monastery proper, the temple building, appeared to hold space on a cliff on the southwest or southeast side, almost looming over the coastal region.
Okay.
It should it will prove difficult, I'm sure, but I would hope that you're successful. I would rather not see the return of Isilingdar. I, unlike my contemporary brethren, saw it as very problematic.
What was problematic about it? If you don't mind me asking.
It held great power, power enough to destroy the strongest of us. And it would undoubtedly do so for the smallest transgressions. I only saw its power once, but that was enough of a lesson for me. During our conflict, the first daughter of says a draconic name, but the draconic name translates, if you speak draconic, to the rainbow dragon. Says the daughter of dragon was smashed by the fist of the mountain and destroyed. I know not if it ever had any occurrence, but was put to rest here during the War of Sword and Serpent. I have learned through some maneuvering in your lore, or in your library, to understand that it came to rise again and was defeated by some individuals known as the Grey Order, who I'm very interested in communicating with at some point. As for now, I hope you are successful. It would be very beneficial for us to not have to deal with the might of the mountain while being sieged by the forces at bay. No other questions for the dragon? Right?
Yeah, no other question.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I guess not.
If you are taking a long rest, bear with me here for a second. You should have gained a total of, for the library and the fight before the library, and quite a bit of other things before that, because it has been a while since I've awarded you experience. A total of 12,000 experience apiece. So go ahead and add that to your character sheet, and if that'll level you, go ahead
Sweet.
and get that out of the way as I kind of move us into
Said
the next.
5,000,
12.
12,000.
12,000.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that would put us.
Depends on who you are.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody's
it's slightly
charts are
different.
this different.
Okay.
Said we do average HP.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
I gotta look up the player's handbook. Get out your player's handbook.
You
everybody.
prepare in the morning. I don't think anybody. Oh well, the cleric will have some spells prepared. But you prepare in the morning. Meet up on the south east side near Mikhail's house, and make your way up the mountain. Before we get to that point, though, I do want to kind of make sure you understand the nature of the mountain. There are side paths, but they are not easily handled. They are very treacherous. There is the main path, which you would know appears to have a nightly camp of the Ermorag Monastery kind of placed in your way. So it may be the case that your quest is kind of put to an end very quickly due to the fact that they will be present. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all I really have to say regarding the matter. I guess my question to you would be, do you wish to run, like try to move about them and not directly into them, or do you wish to move directly towards them and try and treat with them? Or do you wish to take a different route altogether? Because at least one has already been relayed to you as to how you can go up the mountain. Not everybody all at once.
Sorry.
Sorry, leveling.
Yeah.
No worries.
You said the options were to take the path that we just took or to take a different one?
So you can take the main path that you know is the way that goes up the mountain. It would be the easiest normally, just based on terrain features, but it might be more difficult or prove more difficult due to the fact that there are already knights guarding it. You did see that there was another path that leads up the mountain that would require climbing, be a bit more treacherous physically, that if you were to take the path towards the beach, you'd be able to ascend up the mountain on its side instead. And then what other paths you may or may not be aware of are entirely up to you. It's what you know. Any questions regarding anything that we have available to us? Any questions regarding leveling? Anything I can help out with here?
Leveling, I'm okay.
Okay.
So we take the path we went, we probably would be running into those.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's not an option, really.
Wait, why don't we want to run to the knights?
Question asked. I think that one was directed at you, Chris.
Don't the knights? I might be mistaken, but don't the knights work for the monastery?
Yep, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
If we run into them, then they would either try to stop us or alert the monastery.
Okay, I didn't realize they worked for the monastery. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they work for my dad, and I'm Draco Malfoy, so like they have to.
Have to follow me.
They
Do what
work
I
for
say.
Magic Hitler.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Jesus. Wow.
Well, I now know all the choices I've made up until this point were wrong, and I will do what I can to rectify all of that. So,
Or counseled.
Yeah.
counseled.
Okay. So I would say that we probably try and use that third option, the route that the dragon told us about.
Well, the dragon didn't really elucidate a specific route. They just said that they are aware that there's some sort of crevasse that runs through it. They don't know what that opens up to or how to get into there. The other path, the second path that you're aware of at current, is the path that you saw when you fought the ghosts, the path that ghosts were blocking, which is a climb up the mountain. You with me on that? That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I mean,
Okay.
the climb would be harder, but if there's a better chance of us avoiding running into like monastery people, then it would be better.
Could prove,
We,
yeah.
we can all climb, right? Right?
Raise your hand if you can climb. Not so many hands.
Yeah, I'm not the best climber for sure. Matter of fact, I have a negative modifier to athletics. Only -1, but it's still bad. What if we put on a little mini play? I'm really for this one because there's so much that could go wrong. I mean, there's so much that could go right too, though. When you go up there and you pretend like you're there for a visit to tell her something, and then, you know, you walk right in, and then you sneak off somehow, and it becomes Home Alone, which is in another universe, but it's not bad. It's kind of entertaining.
I get the reference. Yeah.
Yeah. so anyways, that's my 2 cents. I'm into something crazy like that, but the problem is, I mean, I'll admittedly say, like, let's say you do one bad deception roll or something, and then you get caught, and then what the hell do you do?
Right.
Unless you want to get caught and you want to escape from their jail because you know about it, and you've been paying somebody for years to infiltrate and make all these secret passages for you. That's yes, and
Like the crevasse.
yeah, the crevasse. So we're gonna go to the crevasse. What the heck? I'm
Well-
just saying that there are other options if you guys want to be crazy.
Any other thoughts?
That idea is better than any I've got at the moment.
Yeah, planning paths through like a mountain is like outside of Dahabe's wheelhouse, so she will follow whoever.
Yeah.
Again, everything that we've come to this point is at your disposal. I know that the dragon wasn't very helpful, but again, whatever you feel you want to do.
Thanks for giving us a totally useless fucking dragon.
Hey, dragon's super
Just kidding.
useful. I literally
Yeah,
told
just
you
kidding.
if you
Just
point,
kidding.
it will destroy an army.
I'm just kidding.
You could have got dropped.
Why haven't
No.
we pointed
Dropships.
him at an army?
No, so it can't get within like a few hundred feet of the thing.
Oh, right.
So it would have dropped you.
I mean, I agree. I think that dragon is totally useless. I think it could have at least given us a magic dagger or something.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. That was a
I
joke.
mean, the enemy gave you a magic
I
short
know.
sword, so
I know. It's like, look at this crazy.
he's got to
crazy
step his game up. You know.
shit. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Right.
got to step his game up. That's what everybody's doing. If you're not going to do it, you're going to lose all your employees,
My God.
right? You've got to give out magic items. I mean, come
We
on.
need our dragon pizza
Employees,
party, you know, to keep morale up.
Yeah,
We need our dragon pizza party.
exactly. And we did some dancing, like in Severance. That's a good show. You should watch that if you haven't.
That was good.
You're
Yeah,
not my employee.
it was so weird though. It's such
It was
a weird
weird.
show. But anyway, so yeah, man, I think to make this character better, I should have made him a bard thief, just a little bit in bard to dabble in there, so it could be even more like, you know, like wanting to have a play and everything. I
It's
could have done that.
It's what Kevin wants to do.
Or just make him a Kurgosler and just gone with like totally over the top right off the bat.
Hmm.
A gnome, a blue gnome.
Oh yeah, the best gnome.
Those are the best kind of gnomes.
But anybody have any ideas or thoughts, or is it literally just going to go like again up the path?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think that's what we're doing.
Wait, no, we're not just going up the path.
What are we
Okay.
doing?
Wait. Okay, so there's two, like in character, the ones that are kind of like guiding us through this are Morax and Mikhail, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do they both agree on which way we should go?
Not
Haven't
past
you-
the guards.
Yeah,
Okay, we're not going past the guards, so we're gonna take the one where we have to climb.
right. Sounds like, yeah. I mean, I don't think that's the best way, but it's, you know, it's a way to do it. I think either way has its advantages and disadvantages. So, like, but let's move on. I think we should.
So
go
we
ahead and do
can't-
that.
So you're saying, well, no, Kevin, because like we could go through the guards and try to deceive them and say
Right. The monastery has no reason to suspect us of being aggressive.
Yeah.
Is one thing to consider. Like, they have no reason to think we're there to attack them. We've given them no reason to think that we want to attack them. Like, at the very least, we took out their guards or whatever, but we could be going to even apologize for destroying whatever ghosts were covering their entrance because we were on our way to the library. There's many reasons why we could justify just walking into the monastery.
Right.
What we do
Yeah.
once we walk in
That
is a different
becomes
story.
tough. Yeah.
But I don't think we have any issues with walking past the guards because we haven't made any direct threats or attacks yet.
That was my thought to begin with. Like, yeah, we just walk in there because they're not going to think we're going to do anything, and then we do. But we have to
Right.
do it. We have to not do it. We have to sneak around. There has to be some thievery going on because
Okay,
if we attack them right in there, they're going to be just as bad as trying to sneak into the castle and then
Right.
catching us.
well, so
So-
first step is we have to come up with a story of why we're walking up, because they're gonna ask.
Not just any story, a story that has a lot of backstory to it, That
Super
takes us-
complicated and
Yeah.
convoluted
and that we could never mess up.
with extrapolated detail.
Yeah, I think we should have a lot of extra characters that play little parts and have important speaking roles, but not always, the most important. That way, Morax has some stuff to memorize too.
What the
Oh,
fuck is
oh
happening?
no.
This is going to be great. Well, let's write a play outside of the game, and we'll bring it to here, and that'll be like the play that we.
That'll
do.
just be next session.
Yeah, it'll be basically next
For
session.
no reason.
You showed how going over the
Mikhail's
play
just
that
No fucking, it's just an intermission.
lost
You
his
know
mind.
what?
It is a play.
Are these the ramblings of like someone that's super high, or is it just brilliant?
No,
and
these are
genius?
these are brilliant ideas.
Probably be, actually, now that I
Yeah,
think about it. Couldn't
Let's do
possibly
it.
be
We'll
A.
write the play.
I mean, this is going to be the weird part because we're going to add a rat person into the mix. So like they don't know the rat person very well, so they're going to assume immediately that's a bad person. So we could use that as a distraction.
Why do you say that, Kevin?
That's racist.
I'm just
Why do you say
saying
that,
people are
Kevin?
racist. That's the way people are. You know what I mean? Not necessarily so overtly, but it could just be like when like 6 people walk into a place and they know everybody but one person, they're going to immediately be suspicious of that person.
Yeah, but it's
they're-
the rat person. It's the
Yeah.
rat person. That's the
So
problem.
I'm just saying we can use that to our
I
advantage.
see what you're
We can-
saying. I see what
Yeah.
you're
Cats are
saying.
good boys.
Yeah, I didn't mean that to be. I didn't mean, but I'm saying there is like a certain amount of innate, like bias.
I felt
that people
undertones.
show. Yeah, a lot of undertones. You're right. I got in trouble. I got in trouble with the council culture.
Council.
I've been
Council culture.
Like,
Canceled.
canceled.
I've been counseled by my own self. See, that's the thing. It's like you grow up thinking you gotta stick it to the man, and you get older and you realize that wait, I'm
You
the
are
man.
the man.
I am the man. You are the
Oh
man now.
shit!
Yeah,
I'm the
that,
person I didn't want to be all those years.
that's been this whole game, hasn't it?
Yeah. All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
guys. I think there was a little bit of rambling in there.
I mean,
but
he's French.
I
He's
apologize.
Russian. Who
None,
knows?
No,
none detected.
no,
None
not
detected.
at all.
So what's the story that we have to come up with a story before we get
Yeah.
over that?
And I joke, we want to make it as simple as possible, probably.
So, I mean, we've already asked her for help once.
I got a good idea. It's crazy, but it just might work. Sorry to interrupt you, but like, let's say we go in with me. If you have a-
Continue. I'm
you-
not stopping
no, no.
this.
If
Continue.
if you had a thought, I don't like now I think about it, I can tell you
No,
my story.
continue,
afterwards, but-
Kevin.
I was saying, you guys take me up in a stretcher and you say that I've been killed or mortally wounded. They will take me somewhere else, right? So then we've now divided ourselves.
Why would they do that? You have
Because they're gonna
healers.
take me
Where
to
would
like
they
the-
Yeah,
take
they-
you?
that healer's room. Everybody knows that you have to set
The
up a set
heal-
that's the healer's
They're gonna
room.
be like, you have a whole fucking temple
yeah, but
of healers.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Where are your, where are your
But
fucking gnomes?
Where did
But
our
they
our
fucking
gnomes
gnomes-
took off. They fucking took
our
off.
gnomes took off. That's a
Gosh
good.
darn it.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So anyways, I'm thinking they'll bring me somewhere to heal me, but then that'll be good
Also, I
because you
can
guys can
heal.
create distraction somewhere
They're
else. Bring
literally
all
gonna
the guards.
look at me and be like,
Yeah, you can pretend like you're all tapped out or something. Like show up with a flat tire or something like, just be like,
Well,
I'm all tapped out.
What
No,
were you gonna
no,
say,
it's-
Max?
Yeah, Magpie probably had a
No.
good idea, but
I don't
mine
even
just kinda
remember.
crazy.
No. I think you're onto something. Okay, so she's a powerful cleric, right?
Right.
Is she a cleric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm asking the DM.
What's that?
Is she a cleric?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's a powerful cleric.
Doggone better believe it.
We can say that someone has a terrible malady. Okrin.
Yes,
We
and
are
they're gonna-
not.
Why's
they're gonna
that,
believe
huh?
that.
Why's that?
They're gonna
'Cause-
believe it,
Because
whatever.
he's a
Oh,
rat.
he looks like a rat.
Probably got
Rat
plague.
carried
He's
disease
escape rat.
He's got the buboes.
You're escape rat.
We
Oh,
all of our
don't want a
gnomes.
plague.
All of our gnomes are gone.
Yeah, that's right.
All of our
The
gnomes
abbess-
turned into rats.
No, I just want
The
to.
abbess doesn't know that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
but
want to
we
make.
have gnomes.
Fucking.
She might know we have gnomes, but
I'm
you
not.
could say they went off to
They
where
grew
they
a
were.
foot
where-
taller and became rats.
I'm
They
not
went
checking
off
my
to the
notes.
other city or other town or whatever. They went off to stay there, so we could say they're not around.
I'm not,
All
I'm not
but
checking my
one-
notes for no damn gnomes.
Elizabeth.
There's
They're
two
in there
stayed.
somewhere, but I'm not doing it.
Two stayed. It was one of her daughters and their husband.
Many.
It
Violet
was like
and Chachki.
Sky and Bluebell or some shit.
IT.
And then
Bluebell and Chai
Okay,
Tea
now
straight
who's
out.
being racist? Magpie.
I'm rubbing off on her. I'm sorry.
Phrasing.
But okay, so
Elizabeth screaming in the chat.
No, I bet she's probably just.
I
Like,
don't have that many children.
That's hasn't been determined.
I'm not naming them. I'm not. They're in my notes somewhere, but I'm not
Okay,
doing it.
so we say that Okrin has like some kind of spiritual syphilis, right?
Yeah.
And it can only be cured by a cleric, a powerful
hope he co-
cleric.
That's the session name. Spiritual.
Yeah, but
syphilis.
in the stunning conclusions, spiritual syphilis.
Oh, isn't that great that we have John in the group now that
Oh my god.
his character can actually get that?
Okrin, are you okay with that?
Are you okay with
Okay.
spiritual syphilis?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, we could roleplay. We could roleplay that
Oh, that sounds so fun.
because I literally,
Oh.
whenever I rage, I can like change like a body part of myself, kind of like some aspect of the beast.
Whoa, this is so cool.
Dark
wait,
places.
wait,
Like you get
wait.
like
No,
a
no, no.
dog paw or something for a little bit.
I don't.
My brain went to all the dark places.
I don't know that we have to go that way.
But it's cool.
Well, I
That's-
meant
You
to
can't argue
me
with
or
that.
Kevin, who made
Oh,
the
go
who made
ahead,
the, who made the uh-oh.
Well, no, like you don't have to like. I don't want to get like.
Weird.
Super elaborate.
Well, I don't
Somebody
want
in
to talk
trouble.
about like your rat glizzy, but I'm just saying.
No, that's no. That's
Okay,
not what I was
okay.
talking about. I
Okay.
was talking about like you know, claws, face, tail. Because that's what I. Never mind. All right, scrap
Can you
it.
make it look diseased?
I guess not.
Don't you have to be
Look-
raging to do that?
I would.
Yeah, I wish it would be bad because then the acting.
Like we
could
would have to
go-
like punch
out.
you or something,
Yeah.
and then be
I
like,
mean,
Like, if
just
Doesn't
rub
syphilis
dirt.
give
dirt.
you
out.
like? Doesn't syphilis give you like?
a ton that could
affect
turn
your
you
brain.
mad. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
it does.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah,
you
too
cannot
insane.
roleplay.
See?
You
So
cannot
what?
roleplay.
So
Edgar Allan Poe
Having
had
brain
syphilis.
problems.
I just want to make sure I understand. So what you're saying is that this game is like syphilis, right? Is that what you're saying to me?
The more you get,
Yes,
the
yes,
higher
John.
you get.
The more you get, the more
The more
like
syphilis you
oxygen.
get,
like it's like a compounding
It's
stacking
like
effect.
oxygen. Like that stupid
The,
song.
the bonuses and penalties you get from
no,
this
Look,
game.
look.
it's stacked.
I could be 3 to 15 years into syphilis infection.
Yeah, he could have like two tails growing out. I mean, that's crazy shit.
Yeah.
It affects internal organ
Oh man.
Or-
organs.
Internal organ.
It affects internal
Internal
organs.
organs.
This is getting too medical. I
Uh,
regret ever using that term.
this is
That's
def-
great. I'm
this is
glad
definitely
this
the
is
game that
hilarious.
Dan wanted to be a
We're
part
having
of.
way too much fun with this.
Spiritual
Spiritual
syphilis.
It affects
Okay.
the brain.
Counseled.
So we can just rub some dirt on you, rub some dirt in your eyeball, and like, oh, you're
Maybe
sick.
some red paint or something. I don't know.
We don't know. Well, we don't have any paint.
We'll give you like a foaming tablet thing.
That you can crunch. But we'll also give you one that looks exactly the same that's poison, which you're only
Or-
supposed to take if you get caught. Don't mix up which ones they are. Just drop them in his hand.
Guys, it's a lot of pressure.
This is
Okay.
a terrifying idea.
There's so much that could go wrong.
So
We
we
went off the rails there.
Hilarious. way.
Okay, so just to recap, we're gonna pretend that Okran has spiritual
Spiritual
syphilis.
No. Okay, it doesn't have to be
And-
spiritual syphilis. Just an unknown spiritual like illness.
I could be possessed. How about that? That's
That I cannot handle on my own.
and that we cannot identify,
yeah,
and that's why we need to go up to
because
the abbot.
all of our gnomes ran away.
Yeah, exactly.
or they turned into rats.
is that what we're doing?
Is
Well,
what
just
we're
in
doing?
case,
It sounds
just
crazy
in
enough to
case
work.
they ask. I
I
mean,
don't know
maybe
who's
they
that?
don't
got a
ask.
better idea. Who's got a better idea?
What's
And
that?
once we get in there, I'm gonna say, "Excuse me, I need to go use a restroom."
No.
I've been holding it the
I'm
entire
old
way up.
and it was a very
Yeah,
long
Sorry,
walk.
Kevin.
been
Kevin,
holding
can I
it
propose
down.
an idea?
I got to go.
So
And
I
then
have
I
to
go
climb-
off and I stumble on the
Kevin.
book and I take it with me and it's great. Everything goes perfectly from there. Nothing could happen.
Kevin,
Take
you
the
just
book
walk
to the
up.
bathroom.
John, what were you saying?
Kevin, you walk up and you're just like, my rat, he's sick. Look at them.
Yeah.
Look at how they massacred my boy.
Oh no! I got it. Okay, so here's the best plan, and this will be the last one in the non-serious vein. But what you do is you have Okran like get on top of Mikhail's shoulders and like grab a hold of his hair.
Oh,
Then
Have me do
he will
things.
command Mikhail to be a barbarian.
Oh no!
So it's like barbarian attitude.
I love this idea.
Barbaratui.
Barbaratui.
I love this idea.
So Mikhail's technically a mech.
This could
Right.
really be great.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Okay, so anyways, serious face.
And wait, we'll be so tall he could put his glaive right
The
behind us.
The nuance of your
Nobody will
plan
notice.
is lacking. I will grant you that. But it does sound like the goal, without getting into too many of the fine details, is to attempt to persuade the knights to allow you access to the monastery because of the ailment of one of your company. Is that accurate?
Right.
I think we
Okay.
might-
Yeah.
we
That was
might-
my understanding.
If
might
anyone
wanna-
has a better idea, speak now.
Let's
Oh,
say it's
oh.
two people, the rat and Mikhail. It could be
No,
the same thing,
no.
like maybe.
No.
No,
I think
no,
we're
no.
I think we're
Much.
thinking about this the wrong way. I
Oh,
think
okay.
we gotta say our auto gnome, he's so rusty. We need mending.
That's so easy though. They'll be like, "Get the hell
Oh,
out
is
of
that
here!"
easy? That's
That's
easy.
a cantrip.
They'll be like, "Get the
Yeah,
hell out of
it's
here!"
No,
a
he
cantrip.
needs big mending. Like,
Big mending.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Maybe he has ecological syphilis, but it with a computer.
I'll be honest with you, my
It's-
brain needs
I
big
didn't-
mending. Go ahead and get me on it because of
I
all
know.
the spiritual syphilis.
This-
Stuff.
this is turning into the Friday game.
I gotta write that.
This is turning into the Friday game. No, not yet, because you guys haven't decided to just not do the thing that you've already decided that you're going to do. You're at least
Oh,
coming.
let's just leave. By the way, go find
Oh.
a
Let's
dungeon
leave the
somewhere.
town.
You know?
Fuck this town.
Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta go
Um,
back. We gotta go back over here.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
Anyway,
think-
I'll stop.
I think
So,
yeah.
go ahead. I was gonna say-
No, you go ahead.
the attempt is to attempt to deceive the knights. Last
Yeah.
call. That is what we're doing, right?
I think so.
a very tentative nod from Chris.
Chris is not gonna like that one.
I just
Like-
don't know that there's. I just don't know that there's a more
Chris is like,
accessible
Yeah.
idea.
everything went
Yeah.
psychotic. What is happening?
This is a terrible plan.
This is what happens when summer leaves us.
That's true.
Yeah, basically.
So, Chris,
I'll let
you
them
have
have-
you have
Our spiritual
reservations. Hold on. Chris, you have reservations. Field your concerns.
Well, they're not gonna let us. They're not gonna let us pass just because of the sick people.
I'd say
Yeah,
we go
probably
up there
not.
and tell them
That's-
that we have something vitally important to our strategy that we have to talk to them about to get their approval.
Didn't
something
they
stupid like that.
say like last time we messaged them, they were like, "Do not like, how'd you
Like
get this
fucking
number?
fight.
This is a private
Yeah.
line.
Yeah,
Don't call again.
Yeah.
We're on the do
Yeah.
not call
Basically.
list."
Basically said, yeah, you assholes better go fight.
Remove
That's what
me
they
from
did tell us
your
that.
calling.
Lose my number,
So
bitch.
that is a very sound thing that hasn't come out throughout this entire conversation. That is 100% accurate. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. That thing that Chris just
I mean,
said.
They are
That's my
not
main
going to
concern.
let us pass willingly.
So continue to spit. I do like the Chris rational mind here. This is great. So what would you suggest? And again, keep in mind, everything in the town is still available to you. I know you did talk to the dragon, and he said he can't help in that regard.
What about Dusk?
It's a thought, but Chris. So I just want to focus on Chris just a little bit. Sorry. Very sound mind individual there. I just want to see what his plan is. If it's.
Oh, I don't
as-
have a plan. I just critique others.
no. Critics have to have. No, they don't. They don't have any substance. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's sound. Okay, cool. Then Dusk, what were you saying, Magpie?
I know he wants to kill Dennis Hopkins, but
Yeah. So, what you would learn, and it's the reason why Dusk wasn't with Ramanan when you saw the dragon. Dusk is a field. So Dusk is
Okay.
currently performing guerrilla tactics and killing Dennis Hopkins with a number of
my good boy.
Rising Suns. So he's kind of already in the mix.
Cool. What else do we got?
I still think it won't, even though the knights might not be happy to see us, I still think they would let us through to go talk to them,
No.
or they would accompany us probably. But I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Like, we were given direct orders.
We could just go up and say, "Hey, we fought them. We're doing good. We wanted to check in with you," and they'd be like, "What the hell?"
They're not blind. They
Well,
literally
true.
at an advantage. They can view what's going on past this
I have to
town.
think of maybe we could tell them that we convinced them not to attack us, and they're going to want to hear about it or whatever, and then so then we'll go in. I'm just saying, I think we
So
should
far,
go now.
just to
He's
kind of
also told us not to negotiate with them
To go-
specifically.
to go with
That's a good
the
point.
fine details.
They surrendered to us.
Chris has been pretty right on regarding your past interactions with the monastery. If you are going to go up the mountain, you are either going to go through the knights or you're going to attempt to go around the knights.
Yeah.
And so far as to say, you have two paths, and they are just that. One is go through the knights. The other one is attempt to go around the knights. The around the knights option is treacherous. Obviously, the go through the knights option is treacherous. I'm not saying that those are the only two options that are present, but they are the only two ones that you have so far explored and found out about. So I'm just going to leave that as like kind of dichotomy to keep it simple, so we don't have too much confusion, because we already have like a very crazy amount of confusion in just the one option. What with all of the
Syphilis.
plans. So I just want to make sure that we kind of focus in on those two options. And if you can think of anybody in the town you're curious about asking questions of, you can, but I would say mainly kind of just focus on those two paths.
What if we use both of the paths? Have me go up and try to get in, talk my way in. The worst that could happen is they could kill me or throw me in jail. Throwing me in jail wouldn't necessarily be bad.
You can,
If I'm lucky, I could pick my way out of it.
you
And then
can,
you guys could sneak in at the same time.
as I always say, you can at any time you want to split the party whenever you want. Absolutely a great idea. I'm for it.
We double our chances of having twice as much, content.
I mean,
For the
you know
day.
me. You know me. I'm all about splitting that party.
Yeah,
Split the party, then it does double our chances of failing.
Yeah.
exactly. Or we could fail
Yeah.
twice in two spectacular ways.
There we go.
Or you can succeed.
In two spectacular ways. What if we were both successful? We both get there and we both grab the book and we're like, "No, this is my idea is better. No, your idea." And then we started in party fight.
That's a very interesting point to put up, though, too. If the sword doesn't make it, then the whole point of your endeavor is folly. So
That's true. So Morax and I are going to have to meet up when all this is done because
unless you want to physically take the
sword.
unless you physically want to take the book back.
I'm just saying this now because if I say it, then at least somebody thought it might happen.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm saying it. You never know. That would be my perfect thing. I walk right in there, seduce the abbess. She just gives me the book, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking of this stupid."
You really want to play a bard, is what it sounds
Yeah, my
like.
character is kind of like a thief, a rogue bard.
So
Yeah.
focusing up, back on track.
What is going on right now?
I believe Kevin is trying to make out with me, but focusing
No,
back
your
up
character.
onto.
I don't want to do that. Could be all off screen, hopefully.
Focusing back up. How would you like to proceed?
I vote take the tough trail.
Yeah,
Road.
same.
If we do,
I'm
do
okay
we
with the
have
tough way.
access to climbing equipment or flying or
Climbing equipment.
like?
I don't know about the
Oh,
flying. That's
yeah,
up to
that
your
would be
party.
useful.
You definitely have climbing equipment, though. This
At
close
the
to the
very
mountain.
least, we should take that.
Okay.
I can fly for 60 seconds a day.
Not
Wow.
exactly a lot, but
Not at all.
That's super helpful.
Not at all.
Good for falling if you're climbing, because then you
yeah,
can just
it's,
glide.
it's a get out of dodge free
Pretty
once.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. Fly.
Does Millie have a broom of flying?
No.
No magic carpet in the lore tower.
Nope.
Unfortunately.
Immovable rods, anybody?
No, that I know of. Not that I know of.
Probably don't have a lot of magic items available to us, do we?
No, I mean, what you have is what you have. You'll probably pick up some along the way. Okay, so if that's the case, you trek back out to where you encountered the ghost the last time that you kind of came out and about this way. You make it to the base of the mountain 6 hours after you leave, so probably right around noon again. Or closer to 5 hours, so we'll say around 11. Upon arrival, you all get out your climber's kits, which you have, and you look to the task at hand. It's a steep climb, and that's all it is. It's just going to be a good old-fashioned climb up a mountain. So what I'm going to have you do is decide on your order. Tell me if there's anything that you want to do in the kind of the method of your travel up the mountainside, climbing wise. And yeah, if you have any questions regarding what a climber's kit does or what anything does, I can help you with that.
What does a climber's kit do?
Climber's kit comes with special pittons, boots, boot tips, gloves, and a harness. You can use Climber's Kit as an action to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you anchored yourself, and you can't climb more than 25 feet away from that point without undoing the anchor. So what you would do with this number of Climber's Kits is your best climber would be your last climber, the person you're sure would have the best benefit of, like if they fall, it wouldn't be too problematic. They wouldn't tether or anchor themselves too much, or they would tether themselves to the next person up. Everyone would go up 25, anchor, climb another 25, and then the person who comes up behind you would remove your anchor as you form a new anchor point at that higher point. You just continually work your way up in 25-foot intervals as the person behind you cleans up your mess and sets their own anchor using these anchor points continuing up. Does that make sense?
So I would probably climb last. I imagine I'm probably the most athletic.
Yeah, definitely the
What's your
strongest.
athletics?
Okrin?
Oh shit! Yeah, it's I've got +7.
Does
Yep,
Okrin have
yeah, it's you. It's you.
Do you have a climbing speed though, Okrin?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I was level 10. I would.
Gotcha. So then, yeah.
But
it's
actually, wait a minute. Checking.
Rat.
Rat. Skitter.
Get her.
I think it just makes you faster.
Yeah, faster. Nope.
So Morax can save himself if he does fall.
Oh yeah, if I do fall, I can catch myself.
With a flight. So what I'm going to have you do is this is what we call a skill challenge, and we're going to work through it with the number portion prior to the end of the session. So I would like everyone to start off the skill challenge with a good old-fashioned athletics check. This will be the first round of the skill challenge.
Oh, that was rough. Ooh,
Oh,
oh.
I can't believe I did so well. I rolled a.
You know what? We just
18.
started climbing.
Right, look at us, Kev.
Yeah, kicking ass.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
No!
Okay.
19.
So despite
Dobby's like, I found my new calling.
Yeah.
I'm a Sherpa.
despite some of the issues with some of you, it is actually a successful skill challenge attempt. Half or more succeeded. So there are definitely some hiccups, specifically from the matriarch, who isn't very familiar with this kind of process and is kind of being helped along by Dahabe, who, strangely, just based on probably lineage, is very familiar with the mountain and mastering it. Okrin lived out in the plains and is also having issues, but Casey and Mikhail kind of help, and kind of yielding towards the back. You have some issues with Dragonborn, who is mainly having issues because of the I have to pull the anchor and I have to move up. That being said, the first round of the skill challenge complete. The second round of the skill challenge, you can continue to make athletics checks, but if you think there are other skills that you would use that would be more beneficial, and you can justify with a short sentence as to why you would utilize that skill. It could be anything. You may. I already know what skills will actually provide for a success in skill challenge and which other skills will provide for benefits to others. The thing is no matter what you choose, there need to be a total of 3 successes of your group towards skills that matter towards the skill challenge. Again, I'm not telling you any skills that matter towards the skill challenge with the exception of athletics.
Like to intimidate the rock wall. No.
Okay.
You know what though?
There-
I
You
want to
can
do, I
use
want to
that-
do
No,
a
I
strength
think-
check
Right,
against
Wait
the
a minute,
rock
wait a
wall.
minute.
I will
I
say-
think you could actually use that.
Hold on,
to
Kevin.
intimidate
Kevin, we
us,
got a limited
right?
time. We got a limited time, so I'm gonna focus up. I will
I'm
say
just
that there
gonna
are some skills that do not help at all, and if you nominate them, I will rebuff you. Intimidate would be one I rebuff you for.
Perception to kind of look ahead for possible points
That-
to anchor.
Is a great choice. So we have perception. Does anybody want to say anything before Magpie rolls a perception check with her character, or do you want to just let her go ahead and go with that before you know what the benefit of the check would be?
I think that would be a good roll.
Could I use a survival check to try and like identify verbally things that she should be looking for to help the climbing?
That's not a bad choice. So what I'm going to allow is for you to go ahead and make a survival roll first. Okay.
Not great.
So not successful. And then Magpie, go ahead and make a perception check. So you are able to identify a quicker means of kind of moving up the mountain and start spotting out places where people can put their footholds. At this point, anybody rolling an athletics check for the purposes of climbing in this skill challenge for this round has advantage on their skill check. So succeeding at perception in this skill challenge grants advantage to athletics rolls for all people after your check. So there are still 4 more of you. You still need 3 successes because the perception check does not count as a success for the skill challenge.
Okrin
just
got a
grants-
21.
Oh, I didn't see him roll that. Yeah,
Sorry, I pre-rolled.
so cool. So then you've got 1 success bonus. So you have 1 success.
Yay.
I could try athletics again.
Go. You have advantage.
Yay. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, where is it? Where
Wow,
the fuck was this?
You need 1 more. You need 1 more success.
All right, I could do one, guys. I could do acrobatics. I'll say I'm climbing more with my legs and making like kind of like, stretches that are pretty hard to do.
So
But I
acrobatics is
have
the
to-
skill you want to focus on. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Can
What's
I
that?
can I support that acrobatics check with my survival? Oh no, because
Let-
you already have.
let me
advantage.
explain
We
something
still
to-
need
hold
one
on.
more.
Let me explain something to you.
success.
I'm
Okay.
not telling Kevin whether an acrobatics check is going to provide a success for the skill challenge. He
Okay.
says he wants to focus on acrobatics as the skill he's utilizing. So
Alright.
if you want to help him in a possibly fruitless endeavor, you can. I won't
Wow.
stop you. I'm just letting you know that you do not know for certain, as the way the skill challenge is working, whether or not this specific skill selection is going to provide a benefit.
All right.
And we
Okay.
also still need one person to get a successful climb check.
Okay.
Does it
And
have to be a successful climb check?
no. A successful
Thought.
check that adds
Yeah.
to the skill challenge. It can be other skills, but so far as to say, the only one you are 100% certain does do that is
geez.
athletics.
Wait, if that's the case, if that's the only one we know that's going to do it, it may be better for me to just roll. Although I do have a -1 on the roll. which
You
is
have
why
advantage on
I
athletics
do have
check, though, because
advantage,
of
but-
perception check. You do not have
Might-
advantage on acrobatics
might-
check.
Okay.
be
If you're
better.
gonna use athletics, wait, you have a -1.
Yeah, maybe somebody else should do it. Actually, I'll just. wait
Okay,
and see
I
if
have
you
a
guys
+1.
succeed. Yeah, maybe you should do it first, since you have a better chance of succeeding.
Okay.
It would be at 12.
So that will not be a success.
How many failures can we get?
So if you fail a round, then we kind of
Oh.
work from that point.
Oh, okay.
So
So I mean, you could do your acrobatics and
there's
I don't know
no
if that's
number
gonna
of failures you can get. You can get as many failures as you like. You just need to get 3 successes. So far, you
Move
have
Okay,
2.
forward.
okay. All right, before it's too late. All right, I could go. I'll go. I might as well just go athletics because
Okay.
that way I do have advantage this round. And
Okay, but if you can, narratively justify acrobatics, it might prove successful. But if you want to go with athletics, it's the one you know
I
for
thought
sure.
I could narratively justify intimidation because he could intimidate us, but
No.
that's not working. I don't want to. I mean, you could.
I'm not saying you can't use acrobatics
Yeah.
though. I did say
I
you can't
know.
use intimidate.
Right, I know. But I'm gonna use the one I know will work.
Athletics, roll it.
I'll just see if I roll. Shit, that's why I didn't want to do it. But I rolled
Okay.
horrible for people in the real world.
What I will say is
10 and a 3.
during the course of the second leg of the journey, it does prove that it is quite a bit for you. Movement up to a certain point is very easily scanned out for Evangeline, but as you get to a certain point in the mountain, you realize that this hard section is proving more difficult than you had anticipated. The amount of space you're able to gain is very narrow, but by the time you realize that there's kind of this hardship, you're a good 400 feet up the mountain, and it's dark. And, well, it's not dark. You guys would have arrived there at noon. It's getting dark. And that's where we'll end the session for tonight. We'll pick up next session amidst the skill challenge as we continue to try to ascend up for Morag. Thanks for watching those that did. See you then.